Tigers since their head coach Nate Brode took over as head coach. They had a 4-6 record last year, but came off a win last week against Chalker, Southington, 33-14. Newton Falls coming off their victory against the Waterloo Vikings with a score of 28-18. It was a great game. DJ, what did you think was the most important part of that game last week for the Tigers?
Going into this game, I'm going to say the penalties. The penalties, they really did hurt the Newton Falls team last week. They're not going to be able to do that against Jackson Milton this week because with the fact that Jackson Milton runs a standard I formation, they're going to end up having it to the point where they're going to have a lot of time. And they're going to have a lot of time on the field. So Newton Falls has to take advantage of their mistakes and their penalties in order to come out with a victory.
Yeah, 17 penalties for 160 yards was a lot of penalties for sure, and it definitely hurt the Tigers last week. Hopefully they can minimize those this week, and as you said, Jackson Milton is extremely heavy running the ball. They have a strong running back in Sean Langle in the backfield, number 24, and also are led up front by big number 76, junior left tackle Logan Pugh. It should be an interesting matchup tonight against the defense of Newton Falls. One of the defenders from Newton Falls, Bryce Moran, number 88, led the team last week with 2 sacks and a tackle for a loss. So it should be an interesting matchup in the front line, and to see what the Tigers defense can do against this Jackson Milton offense.
It's going to be good. It's going to be a really good game. I think that Newton Falls, they go and they do what they did last week, minimizing the penalties, but with the fact that Jackson Milton ended up having that game against Chalker, I'm not exactly sure if they got to see an actual passing offense, and that's going to be new to them this week. So to go ahead and see if Jackson Milton can go ahead and show their defense to see if they can keep up with the Newton Falls spread offense.
Yeah, it was a tough go for Jackson Milton last week, even though they pulled the victory out. They played all 4 quarters. The game after the first half was 7-6, so it was a close game. Jackson Milton, we're going to throw it down to the field to our field reporter, Eric Thompson. Eric, who do you have down there?
Just watch the officials with the coin toss. Jackson Milton elected to receive after winning the toss. So they'll get the ball first, and we'll see how it goes. This is setting up to be a great game.
Thanks, Eric. We appreciate that. And you're right, we do agree. Jackson Milton's going to start off with their offense on the field, and it is going to be an interesting game. The weather is gorgeous. We've got a little bit of sun out there with some clouds in the sky. We're getting ready for kickoff. We're about 19 minutes away from kickoff right now as Jackson Milton's leaving the field. It looks to be a really interesting game. People are coming into the stadium, filling up the stands. It looks like it's going to be a great game. Some other highlights, as I mentioned, Jackson Milton's head coach, Nate Brode, is his third year as head coach of Jackson Milton. Put up a 4-6 record last year in 2018 from the Mahoning Valley Conference, and they finished 4th in their conference. As I mentioned, he has not beat, as a head coach, has not had a chance to beat Newton Falls, either in Jackson Milton or here in Newton Falls. They lost to Newton Falls last year in Jackson Milton at a score of 33-22. I spoke with Coach Brode before the game, and he was excited about this competition today as well. For the Newton Falls Tigers, head coach Mike Gillespie is in his second year of coaching, his second stint of coaching. He was actually the head coach from 79 to 90 for 12 years and amassed a record of 51-67-2. But last year, in his first season back as the head coach of the Tigers, Coach Gillespie had a 5-5 record after taking over for Coach Josh Frankie, who had a 5-25 record in the previous 3 years. So it was a quick change, quick turnaround. Coach Gillespie was able to have an impact last year, and we've already seen the impact this year. DJ, we've already won the game last week, and we're coming to this game with a lot of confidence and a lot of swagger. What do you think Coach Gillespie has been able to do to this team?
He's been able to bring back the energy that they were lacking for those 3 years. I mean, a 5-25 record with a good group of guys, it just didn't seem to click. It didn't seem to mesh. Well, with what Coach Gillespie has done, he's gotten these players to believe. Now they're getting back. They come back from a 5-5 record. They won their first game last week, and now this is a little bit of a revenge game for Jackson Milton, just in the fact that they haven't beaten them yet. This is going to be huge for the Blue Jays, just to see if they can go ahead and finally get that monkey off their back and get that win tonight.
It's like a little bit of a battle of 534 here. Jackson Milton's coming north of 534 to the Tiger Stadium here. It looks like it's going to be a great game. So for the starting defense for the Newton Falls Tigers today, we've got the front line. We run a 3-5 defense. We've got Chris Wilcox at left defensive end, Ian King at the nose tackle, and Bryce Moran, number 88, at the right end. The secondary is going to be Mitchell Harley, Dominic Kahn at linebacker, Shane Battison at linebacker, Paul Broderick at linebacker, Brant Bungard at linebacker, with Luke Dickey and Christian McCabe at corner, and Jacob Wright rounding out the defense as a safety. The starting offense for the Tigers today is going to be James Wisenett, a sophomore at left tackle, followed by 4 seniors, Chris Wilcox at left guard, Andrew Steffens at center, Aiden Knight at right guard, and Zach Brewer at right tackle, all seniors, as I said. And the skill players for the Tigers, led by Ivan Howard at quarterback, running back Mitchell Harley, wide receiver Shane Battison and Adam Honeycutt, and the wings, Paul Broderick and Jacob Wright, will do wing work, slot work, and also running back work. They have a really powerful attack, a lot of talent on this team, and a lot of speed, DJ.
They really do. As we seen last week, Mitchell Harley put the team on his shoulders and he carried him to a victory. Now, we're going to see a lot from Ivan Howard tonight. The fact that he went for 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, went 11-17 for 85 yards. There was a lot of passes that he seen that he wanted to go ahead and have back. He's going to be able to make up for it in this game.
Yeah, you could tell at the beginning of the game early, the Tigers came out and jumped out to a pretty impressive lead, scoring three unanswered touchdowns to start the game. But they kind of took their foot off the pedal last week and let Waterloo come back into the game. They scored a touchdown right before the end of the first half, and then were able to score 2 more unanswered touchdowns themselves to make it 21-18. It was a very close game, as we recall. But the Tigers were able to hold on because I think Ivan Howard kind of got himself together a little bit. They reestablished themselves running the ball and kept the possession. They actually won the time of possession battle last week by about 8 minutes, I believe. I think they had 27:59 was the time of possession for the Tigers, and a little under 20 minutes for the Vikings. The Tiger marching band is getting ready to take the field. Let's take a look and take a listen.
Please rise for the flag of the New Falls alma mater.
Amazing job by the Newton Falls Tiger Band, DJ.
As they do it always.
An excellent rendition of the alma mater. You can see all the support in the stands. A lot of fans here tonight. I imagine people are going to continue to file in here as the evening gets closer and closer to kickoff. We're still about 11 and a half minutes away from kickoff as the Tiger marching band makes their way over to line the field for the Tigers to take the field. What an exciting night. You can feel the energy in the stadium. Everyone's really excited about this matchup. It's going to be a really good game.
Couple of battle of undefeateds.
Which is always fun, and again, like I said, it's right down 534. So, a lot of these people, know each other. A lot of families are really familiar with each other because it's such a close-knit area. This should be a really interesting evening. I see the Newton Falls mascot down there on the field. It's good to see the mascot here for the Tigers tonight. We didn't see him last week, DJ.
And now he's coming to make an appearance.
I'd like to see it. What a beautiful night for football as people continue to fill into the stadium. So tonight, it looks like the Newton Falls offense, which was led by Ivan Howard and Mitchell Harley, it's a high-powered offense. And as you mentioned earlier, DJ, Mitchell led the offense last week with 14 rushes for 79 yards with over almost a 5.5 yard per carry average, which is pretty impressive.
Absolutely. He was a huge two-way player at that as well because he had a couple of defensive touchdowns that were actually called back. So that's very, very big for going into this game.
I agree. I'll just go over some stats here from the last week's game. Newton Falls had a total offense of 287 yards, 58 plays, DJ. That was pretty impressive.
That's a lot.
So we also had 85 passing yards by Ivan Howard, who went 11 for 17 with 1 touchdown to Adam Honeycutt. But also, unfortunately, as we mentioned earlier, he had 3 interceptions I'm sure he would love to have back. A couple of those picks, it didn't look like he even saw the defender. Hopefully they had a chance to look at some tape. The coach had a chance to talk to Howard, and he had a chance to work on it this week.
I can absolutely say that I know Coach Gillespie was sitting there calming his quarterback down. I mean, you get first game jitters, you're going to go ahead and you're going to make a couple of mistakes here and there. It's okay. We did come out with the win. But this is going to be a game right here where he can go ahead and make up for that, for what happened last week. Go ahead, wipe that slate clean. You got a new week. You got a new team. Go ahead and just execute the way that you know how to.
And we've also got, this looks like the Newton Falls Tigers are getting ready to take the field here. So what we also saw last week, as I mentioned, as far as the high-powered offense, was something else we touched on a little bit earlier, was the penalties. A little bit of lack of discipline, which really seemed to hurt the Tigers. I'm guessing that Coach Gillespie and the rest of the coaching staff also took the time this week to talk to their players, get them to calm down, as you mentioned, the first game jitters, and just kind of play smart and not shoot themselves in the foot, as we mentioned last week. I hope they addressed the penalty issue.
Yes, I would say that they're going to go ahead and they're going to I could see that they're going to come down on the penalties this week, especially with the fact that Jackson Milton runs a stacked eye offense. You're not going to see a lot of passing from Jackson Milton, especially with that big back they have in the backfield. Their game is ground and pound. They're going to go ahead, get their ball to their halfback. He's going to go ahead and just hit the holes. So the penalties that we had last week, I think, are going to come down this week. It's just a lot of the ones that we were saying, the self-inflicted penalties, the penalties on offense. There was some penalties on offense that were, kind of questionable, but at the same time, it is a part of the game. So if you go ahead and you take care of those, you take care of yourself, then at the end of the game, it'll be more manageable for the Tigers to try to get the victory.
I agree. Speaking about the end of the game, and talking about Jackson Milton a little bit more, they are, as you mentioned, a heavily run-oriented team. They run a balanced offense, 2 tight ends, 3 running backs. One of the running backs is often a guard or a lineman who lines down as a lead blocker. What that leads to is 4 quarters of football. And what we noticed last week, and from the stats from last week against Chalker Southington, Jackson Milton scored 2 of their touchdowns, 2 long touchdowns by Lengel, opened up by Logan Pugh, the left tackle, of, I believe, 28 yards and 78 yards consecutively in the 4th quarter. So a key point tonight for Jackson Milton is to, of course, run the ball, but also for Newton Falls is to play 4 quarters and get to really focus on the defense and not let the foot off the throat of Jackson Milton in the 4th quarter and let them get back on the board and run the ball.
This is going to be a big game for these linebackers in that front line. That front line has got to come with it tonight. If they don't, they're going to see Lengel have a big game.
Yeah, and like I said, he's led by that big offensive lineman, Logan Pugh, the left tackle, the junior, 6'4", 265. It's going to be an interesting matchup to see how the Tigers offense and the Tigers defense goes up against the Jackson Milton offense. I see the referees taking the field as well, getting ready for this game to start. We're about 6 minutes and 40 seconds away from kickoff on this Friday night football here in Newton Falls. Looking forward to the Tigers against the Blue Jays here. Two unbeaten teams, second week of the season. It's looking to be a good one, DJ.
It's going to be a great one, and it's also great to see the stands filling up with more people coming in to come and support their Tigers.
People really do love their Tigers here in Newton Falls, and when they're winning, it's easy to see why. You can see the energy that the team had last week, and that's another key point I believe that the Tigers really need to focus on today, is keeping the energy up, staying up with the energy, and not getting down on themselves, staying disciplined and staying in the game, like I said, for 4 quarters.
Absolutely, 4 quarters is the name of the game. Now, I can say last week, which we touched on, is the fact that when they were going into the second quarter, super high energy. When they let that last-minute touchdown come in before halftime, that really did suck a lot of the energy from the team. And you started to see Waterloo start building up they started building up a lot of confidence, and you started seeing it in their play. I mean, it was the second half that Shockley just went bananas. And we cannot have that this game, especially with the fact that, Jackson Milton is going to end up having the ball on the ground. You're going to see 30, 40 carries. And when you give...
So tonight's game, we've been sponsored by many great people here who love their Tigers. One of those sponsors is going to be the Newton Falls Touchdown Club. I just want to say good luck, seniors, and beat the Blue Jays. Also, the family of Brant Bungarb. And also, vote for Sandra Braymeyer for the 4th Ward Council. Thanks for sponsoring tonight's game, Sandra. Also, Buckeye Welder Sales and Robert E. Lance. Give them a call for all your welding needs. Also, Chic Salon, right downtown in the historic district of Newton Falls. Go check them out if you need a great haircut. Check out Chic Salon. Also, Clonch & Sons Excavating. Give them a call, 330-219-4844 for all your excavation needs. And also, Ed's Barbershop, again, right downtown, historic Newton Falls. Go see Pat down there at Ed's Barbershop. Been there since 1964. Give him a call, 330-872-0531. Also sponsoring tonight's game is Grunder Contracting and Tile. Give them a call at 330-883-1523. Grunder Contracting and Tile. And also sponsored by Howland Alarm Company, protecting homes and businesses since 1969, 50 years in business. Give them a call at 330-369-2956 or email them at hello@howlandalarm.com. Also sponsoring tonight's game, elect Jennifer Young Urbania for Township Fiscal Officer. Thanks, Jen, for the support. Also, re-elect John Baryak, 2nd Ward City Council, paid for by the candidate. Go Tigers. Another sponsor for tonight's game, which my wife and I really, really love, Mi Amigo, right downtown, a Mexican restaurant right downtown on 11 West Broad Street. Go check them out. Great tacos, great margaritas. 330-872, and I lost the number. So Nancy Hoffman is also running. There it is, 330-872-1050.
Good food.
Great food. And also sponsored tonight's game is Nancy Hoffman for Newton Falls City Council Ward 2, paid for by elect Nancy Hoffman. Thanks, Nancy. We appreciate your sponsorship. Also sponsored by Stone Mulch and More, excavating and landscaping. Excavating, land maintenance, drainage, tree and shrub service, patio and walkways. Thank you for your support. And Substop, another one of my favorites. I absolutely love Substop. Go see Nick Kepich down there at Substop in the Plaza at Shop and Save. It's 330-842-9518. Give them a call. Subs are amazing. And also Tiger Den Pizza. A lot of food sponsors. This town has a lot of great food, a lot of great sponsors. Thanks again to Tiger Den Pizza. Give them a call. Order some great pizza, 872-5577. Thanks, Tiger Den. And one that's near and dear to my heart is Crop Photography, which is my wife and myself. We're luxury portrait wedding photographers. Give us a call. Check us out at Crop Photography, KROPP photography.com.
Great photos.
Thank you, DJ. I appreciate that. Looks like the Tigers are getting ready to take the field. Looks like we're waiting for them to come out of the tunnel. This place is packed. People are excited. You can feel the energy in the stadium right now.
It's going to be some great football tonight.
The weather, DJ, you couldn't ask for better weather tonight.
Just like last week, nice dry game. It's going to be a lot of hard hitting. It's going to be some great football this evening.
I have a feeling, as we talked about earlier, it's going to be a lot of ground and pound, a lot of running the ball, as both teams are very capable, have a lot of talent. Jackson Milton specifically, a lot of heavy running back sets, a lot of heavy double tight sets. Newton Falls in more of a pistol formation, kind of spreading the ball out. A lot of skilled players, a lot of athletes on the team, DJ.
Absolutely. I think that it's going to be a key point for Newton Falls offense with running the spread formation, that they're going to go ahead and try to make that defense, lull them to sleep, get them to be more physical on defense. They're used to, practicing against the stacked eye. They had a stacked eye game last week, wing T last week, and now this week you're coming up with a potent passing offense. It's going to be a test for the Blue Jay defense to see if they can actually keep up with the receivers and see if they can put a hold on Ivan Howard, who did scramble for some yards last week.
Yeah, I believe Ivan rushed for, let's see the stats here, Ivan rushed for 73 yards himself, who was second only to Mitchell Harley with 79 yards. So they're both averaging, Mitchell averaged 5.6 yards per carry, and Ivan averaged about 4.9 yards per carry in last week's game. So the running attack is very strong here for Newton Falls. And I think that if Newton Falls can come out fast like they did against Waterloo, it might negate some of that heavy run offense that Jackson Milton likes to run. If they can come out and score fast, they might force Jackson Milton to have to throw the ball a little bit more.
And that's what we really want to see, because we know that their offense is very, very heavy powered with the run. Let's see if we can go ahead and get them to actually try to, force them to be in a passing kind of offense. Try to take them out of their comfort zone, so to speak.
So we have about 15 seconds left before the start of the game, before kickoff. And we're just waiting for the game to get underway here. It's going to be an interesting evening here at Newton Falls Tiger Stadium. We have the Newton Falls Tigers getting ready to take on the Jackson Milton Blue Jays. Both teams won their games last week, and we're really getting ready for kickoff here. We're excited. Here comes the Newton Falls Tigers getting ready to take the field. I'm excited, DJ. How about you?
You can feel the energy in the air. Look at the crowd. We're up here in the booth getting excited for what's going to be a great, great game.
I can't wait to hear some pads start hitting, get the ball going. It's going to be a great game. Everyone is just waiting patiently with anticipation. Jackson Milton's all lined up on their sideline. The Newton Falls marching band is ready for the team to come out. Here comes the Tigers, led by Paul Broderick. Here comes Mitchell Harley through the sign. It's game time, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking forward to this one. It's going to be a great game. Newton Falls Tigers, Jackson Milton Blue Jays here. First quarter is getting ready to start off. The Tigers will be kicking off to Jackson Milton. Jackson Milton will be on offense to start the game. Their quarterback, they are led by Aaron Landis, number 11. He's a junior. This will actually be only his second start as a quarterback. He started his first game at quarterback last week and had a pretty decent game. And they're also led, as I mentioned before, by junior Sean Langle, number 24, their powerful running back, 5'10", 160 pounds. And right now we're going to break for the national anthem.
Let's get ready for some football.
Great job, Tiger Band. All right, we are just about ready to go live here and get this kickoff underway. I see the referees are all at midfield. I hear whistles being blown. It's about game time, DJ.
Seeing the players take the field, this is the best time in a game. When you first get out there and you see everybody clear the field, it's just you, the opponent, and the referees. You know it's game time.
It's game time. You can feel it. You get that first pop, that first hit of the pads. You know it's ready to go. All the adrenaline, everything that's been built up prior to the game. It's time to let it go.
Let's see what's going on with Jackson Milton's return team.
Well, we got Cameron Hankins, number 18 from Newton Falls, getting ready to tee off one here. Looks like back deep we've got Langle. We've got Sean Langle, number 24. And looks like Langle's back by himself, and looks like we have flags on the field already prior to the kickoff.
That was quick.
So, a delay of game on the kickoff on Newton Falls. We're going to move the kickoff back from the 40 to the 35 before the first whistle. DJ, we've already got a penalty on the Newton Falls Tigers.
And what did we talk about in pregame? Self-inflicting penalties. You're starting the game and it's already getting a penalty?
Tigers have to do a little bit better than that. Can't give up those free yards. So we're about to see kickoff here. Newton Falls Tiger Stadium. The Newton Falls Tigers are about to take on the Jackson Milton BlueJays. Cameron Hankins, number 18 from Newton Falls, is getting ready to approach the ball. And we're underway, DJ, with a line drive kick. And it's fumbled, picked up by number 84, and he's got a hole.
That's Dakota Simons on the carry.
And he's tackled by a couple different Tigers. So the Tigers defense is going to take the field for the first time, and here comes the Jackson Milton offense as well. Not a bad kick. Coverage wasn't great on that play, DJ.
No, there was a lot of open holes. Luckily, once the play starts to break down, got 2 or 3 Tigers in there to make the tackle, and now we're going to go ahead and see Jackson Milton take the field and start on the 45-yard line.
Yeah, they've got really good field position to start the game here, just about midfield. Let's see what the Tigers can do. And Jackson Milton's going to come out in a 3 running back set, 2 tight ends with a power to the right-hand side. Landis is going to hand off to Langle, and he's hit right at the line, still carrying a few tacklers. It looks like he's going to get about a gain of 2 yards on the play. Gain of 3. So we're going to have 2nd and 7.
Good defense by the Tigers early. Go ahead and stop that big boy 24 Langle right now. Go ahead and get into his head that you're going to go ahead and be there all game, and that's all you can do in the beginning. Yeah,
got to make them earn every one of those yards. That needs to be the mindset of the Tigers here, especially the front 3 and the linebackers. They need to keep him under guard and not let him break out on these long runs. So here we are on 2nd down. Dom Hunt's creeping up to the line. Looks like they're showing blitz. Broderick and Dominic Hunt both blitz, but there's a hole right up the middle. Langle's still on his feet, and it looks like he may have enough for the first down, DJ.
There was some holes opening in the defense. You can see on the replay that he got a couple of blocks in there, and then just tackle. He ended up getting the 8 yards, got the first down.
Good tackle by Jake Wright, but a little bit late. First down for the Jackson Milton BlueJays, our first down of the game. We're a minute in, about 11:02 left in the first quarter here at Newton Falls Stadium. Jackson Milton's approaching the line. 3-back set. Landis takes a snap. It's another handoff.
Number 11, Aaron Landis.
It looks like Aaron Landis is going to be on the carry. Number 11.
Tackle on the play by Bryce Moran.
Number 88, Bryce Moran on the tackle on that play. We are looking at 2nd down and a long 7. So Jackson Milton DJ is doing exactly what we thought they were going to do. They're going to come out, they're going to run power formations, power runs, and they're just going to keep pounding the ball right up the middle of the field.
And it looks like Jackson Milton went with a quarterback change.
You're right, DJ. It looks like it's number 8, and we've got a counter inside to number 24. Great tackle on the play by number 11, Paul Broderick. Great play on that. But yeah, you're right, DJ. It looks like Michael Liberato is playing quarterback now. He's coming off the field. So it looks like Jackson Milton's going to be switching it up here.
Going to try to get the ball into the main player's hands, try to go ahead and light this offense up early. It's going to be some big drives coming here. It's a big 3rd down for the Tigers.
Yeah, 3rd and 6. And yeah, it looks like number 8 Liberato is going to be under center. It looks like number 11 Aaron Landis is in the backfield as the tailback. Now he opens up to the left-hand side, and it looks like he might have enough for the first down, DJ.
This defense is definitely back on their heels. The offensive line for Jackson Milton is getting a lot of push. They're going to need to go ahead and load up the box because they know what Jackson Milton is going to go ahead and do.
And it seems like they're doing it. And even though they expected it, they're able to execute the way they want to. Looks like Jackson Milton. I can't tell if there's been a timeout. It looks like there's an official timeout. They're going to measure for a first down, DJ.
This is going to be close because this right here can mark 4th down.
And they haven't stretched the change yet. Let's see what the call is down on the field. Looks like they're going to be a few inches short. So it's going to be 4th and inches for Jackson Milton. I'm guessing they're going to go for it here, DJ.
Absolutely. This is going to be a huge down for the Tigers. If they can go ahead and move those big boys off the line, get some penetration, they might have a chance at stopping their running back, who is already having a good night so far.
So they're going to place the ball here for 4th down. They're on the left hash, farthest away from us. It's 4th down. And yeah, I think that the push up front from the front line of the defense here is going to make a big difference. They have to play on the other side of the ball.
Looks like they're going to be going to Pew's side if I have any call about it, just because of the fact that that's their strongest lineman.
Let's see if we can get a push on defense here. They're going to go right up the middle, and it looks like they're going to have enough for a first down.
Michael Liberato on the carry.
So it was a quarterback keep right up the middle. DJ number 8, Michael Liberato, kept the ball, and it's signaled first down, Blue Jays. So they're able to pick up another first down, and they're driving the ball. They've already taken about 3 minutes off the clock here. What does Newton Falls need to do here to try to slow this down a little bit?
Stack the box. They got to get at least 8, 9 in the box because they know what their attack is going to be. They haven't changed their play call from the beginning of the game. Load the box up, and you'll go ahead and get a stop.
Yeah, we've seen pretty much the same play calls over and over and over again. There's going to be a sweep outside. Dickey's coming up for a hit and a tackle for a loss. What a great play in the backfield by number 21, Luke Dickey. Let's check that out. We got a sweep. Aaron Landis sweeps out to the right-hand side. He's trailed by Paul Broderick, but Luke Dickey comes up, closes quickly, and makes a great tackle in the backfield for a loss. It's going to be 2nd down and 14 for the Blue Jays.
That is huge for the Newton Falls defense. Getting a stop like that on an offense that runs like this, they're going to force them into doing things that they don't want to do. Might end up having a pass here.
I completely agree, DJ. They might have to force him into a pass. And also, just based on what we know about Jackson Milton and where they are on the field, I'm guessing no matter where they are in this half of the field, it's going to be 4-down territory.
Absolutely.
Oh, we got a halfback pass here. And it's way overthrown. Pass by Aaron Landis to Frankie Prosy out on the right side. Let's see that play again. So what Jackson Milton tried to get a little fancy there. Tried a little pitch out to one of their other quarterbacks. Aaron Landis actually runs running back. He's a running back and one of their quarterbacks. He was a quarterback last week. But now they've got Liberato at quarterback and Landis in the backfield. They tried to pitch out and try to do a halfback pass out to Prosy, number 6.
As we just called it earlier, they're going to have to go ahead and do some things like this because this is not Jackson Milton's set. Speaking
of not Jackson Milton's set, look we have a spread. 3 receivers set to the right, 1 running back in the backfield. Here comes Landis at quarterback. It looks like a screen pass, and the Tigers read it perfectly. Dom Hunt on the tackle. What a great play by number 5, Dom Hunt. They read that play perfectly, DJ.
Absolutely. As we go to replay.
Landis dumps the ball out to Lengo out in the left flat, but Dominic Hunt is right at home where he's supposed to be and makes a perfect tackle in open field. Great job by number 5. Great job by number 5. So we are 4th down, 4th and 13, and it actually looks like Jackson Milton's going to punt, DJ.
Yes, this is a great 3 downs for the Tigers.
Back deep is Mitchell Harley and Jake Wright. Mitchell Harley fields the ball at about the 3-yard line. He's going to bring it out. He's out to the 10, 15, and met by a couple Blue Jays. Looks like number 27. So now we're going to see the Newton Falls offense take the field now for the first time this game. Led by Ivan Howard and Mitchell Harley, who just had the carry on that punt return. Mitchell and Ivan both had great games on the ground last week, DJ.
This is going to be a great start for the Tigers right now. They got that big stop on third down. Now they're going to go ahead, see what their offense can do, see if Ivan Howard can go ahead and shake off a little bit of that rust from last week.
And here we go. Got Jacob Wright is in motion from right to left. Looks like a quarterback keep. Ivan Howard's going to keep it right at the middle for a short gain. Looks like a gain of about 3 yards up the middle. And this is what we saw a lot of last week, DJ. We saw a lot of design runs, a lot of quarterback keeps. We know that the Tigers run an RPO-style offense, and Howard gets to make a lot of these decisions himself, and he chose to keep the ball on that one.
Absolutely. He had 15 carries last week. I wouldn't expect to go ahead and see anything different this week. Go ahead and let Ivan do his thing. Go ahead and have Mitchell go ahead and help him out, and I can see that the Newton Falls offense is going to be going to great things.
So here comes Newton Falls on 2nd down and 6. Broderick in motion. Snaps back. Looks like Howard's going to pass. He's got a man open in the flat. Great catch. And that looks like Adam Honeycutt for the first down. Honeycutt was one of the favorite targets of Howard last week on a touchdown reception, and it looks like he found him early today, DJ.
As we see him on the replay, you see Howard go ahead and scramble out, and then the receiver ended up breaking from his coverage, and easy first down.
Ivan, you can see, is such a great athlete. You can see how easily, even with somebody in pursuit, you had Prosy behind him, number 6, tailing him. He's able to roll out of the pocket and buy himself some time and find an open receiver. Great job by Howard on that play. So here we are in first down from about the 34-yard line of Newton Falls. Like Howard's going to pass. He's got a man open, and that's going to be Nick Oyster over the middle. Makes the reception and is brought down by a couple Blue Jays. And another Tiger first down. Great catch, great run by Nick Oyster, number 14, and a throw by Howard.
And this is what we were going to see as we look on the replay. Look, Howard buys some time, goes ahead, has a man open, ends up going ahead and scramble, get the first down. This is what we were talking about earlier, too. Didn't know if Jackson Milton ended up playing somebody with this offensive set that Newton Falls has. And now we're seeing that they're a little bit on their heels. You're going to start seeing Jackson Milton's defense creep back, and right now, Newton Falls looks in good shape.
It looks like Newton Falls offense is in control here. First down. Jake Wright in motion. It's going to be a give on a jet sweep, and he's got a lane. Stiff arms a man. He's out to the 40, 35, and he's pushed out of bounds by number 25 from Jackson Milton. Williams. Great carry by Jake Wright on that play on the jet sweep to the right-hand side.
That was a beautiful play as he goes ahead and takes it on the sweep counter. Next thing you know, he goes ahead and he breaks a couple of tackles. Get off me.
Great job, Jake Wright, number 1, senior on the team here. Jake Wright playing well. It's great to see the offense come out firing all cylinders to start the game.
Now they just have to keep this momentum as we were talking about. Go ahead, get him out, put your foot on him early. Go ahead and show them that you are the better team at this time.
So 1st and 10. Here comes Jake Wright. The handoff's going to be to Mitchell Harley, number 15, up the middle. Mitchell's going to fight, and he's going to get, it looks to be about 8 yards on the carry. Great carry by Mitchell Harley, number 15 of the Tigers.
And that's what a stat that you don't really hear of is yards after contact. Right there, Mitchell Harley goes and shows you that it doesn't matter that he only gets 5 yards. He's going to turn those 5 into 8. You have to have that with the game that he had last week. He's going to go ahead and do the same thing this week. Jackson Milton's got to be ready.
100%. Mitchell Harley is not a giant guy either, but he's super athletic and super strong. I've seen him in the weight room. He's a hard worker, DJ, and you can see it out on the field. He's reaping the benefits of putting in that time. So here we are in 2nd down and 2. It's going to be a quarterback keep. Howard's going to keep it, and he's going to bounce it outside, and he's going to be tackled by, looks like Sean Lengel of Jackson Milton, number 24. Great carry by Ivan Howard, and they're going to get the first down.
As you see him on the carry, he goes ahead and he knows that he's going to go ahead and take the ball, and now he's going to go ahead and advance the yard, and right now he got enough for the first down.
Great block on that play by Mitchell Harley. Had he not made that block in the backfield, he may have been tackled for a loss. So a great pickup block. Another one of those stats that you don't see a lot on stat sheets, DJ, is blitz pickups and blocks.
That's for sure, and it looks like we got a timeout.
Looks like we got a Newton Falls timeout right now. With the momentum, we got 3:54 to go in the first quarter, and we have no score. Newton Falls has the ball, and they are driving. They received the ball. Mitchell Harley picked up the ball on the 3-yard line on a punt, and Newton Falls has moved all the way down to what appears to be about the 22-yard line of Jackson Milton. Great way to start their first possession, DJ.
Absolutely. When you go ahead and you start a game like this, you're going to go ahead and take the defense out of their element. And right now, as you can see, right now they were not ready at this particular time to go ahead and deal with this offense. Let's see if we could go ahead and punch it in for 6.
Yeah, Jackson Milton's a little bit on their heels. I wonder if they might have enjoyed this timeout right now to kind of just get a breather, because Newton Falls has just been running down their throats. So here we go, coming out of the timeout. Jackson Milton's coming back out. Newton Falls is ready to go. We are 1st and 10 from the 22 as Newton Falls is driving in to score. Let's see what they can do here. Howard takes a snap, and it looks like it's going to be handoff up the middle to Paul Broderick, and it looks like he's going to get about 2 on the carry. So as we mentioned, Newton Falls is a high-powered offense led by Ivan Howard and Mitchell Harley, but there's a slew of players on this team that are capable of having an impact at any time. From number 11, Paul Broderick, as we just saw, number 10, Adam Honeycutt, a wide receiver. Number 80, we haven't seen Shane Battison yet. He hasn't had a chance to have an impact yet. Number 14, Nick Oyster. The numbers, the players, I can just list them off. And I didn't even mention Harley in that list. I mean, that's how many skilled athletes that this team has. It's really got to be tough for Jackson Milton right now.
Oh, and don't forget about McCabe. McCabe carried the ball a lot as well last week.
Looks like a pass. Oh, and that was the first attempted pass to Shane Battison, number 80. Unfortunately, he was not able to pull that in. Incomplete pass on 2nd down from Howard to Battison on the slant. So we are 3rd and 8. Big down here for the Tigers.
I am loving what I'm seeing from Howard this week. He has a lot of confidence. You can see when he goes ahead and he commands the offense, takes the snaps. Unfortunately, his receiver dropped it, but that ball was put on the money, and that's what you want to see from your quarterback.
And not only was it accurate, but it seems like he's making decisions very, very quickly. He's able to pick out the receivers that he wants to throw to, find them open, and it looks like the accuracy's there. Let's see what happens here on 3rd and 8. Howard drops back and looks. He's got a man wide open. Oh! And number 11, Paul Broderick, was wide open, had an end zone in his sights, and was not able to pull that ball in. That's a huge play. Those last 2 plays are huge, DJ.
It looks like Howard ended up underthrowing his receiver just a hair. I mean, if you look at how, and you see the reception, look, he was wide open, just couldn't bring it in, and Broderick at the end signals it for a little bit higher, and that's okay. We'll go ahead and see what we can do, because this is 4-down territory, and they're going for it.
On 4th down, and you know the rule, DJ, you touch it, you catch it. That's
Absolutely.
The rule. You gotta help your quarterback out. So on 4th down, Howard's looking. He's got a man, and Broderick makes up for the drop. Touchdown, number 11, touchdown Tigers. Howard to Broderick. The Tigers are on the board first. What a play. That's how you make up for a drop pass, DJ.
That's what I'm talking about. Did you see the confidence that he had in that throw? He knew that Broderick was going to be open again on that play, and he dropped it right in the breadbasket. You can't ask for a better pass than that.
That was absolutely perfect. As you can see in the replay, Howard takes the snap. He sees the guy he wants to throw to immediately, throws the ball with some touch. Broderick is behind the defense, wide open, watches the ball in the end zone, pulls it in for the touchdown. Just like that, the Tigers are up 6-0, and let's see if Cameron Hankins can convert on the extra point.
Point is up, and point is good.
That's what we like to see, DJ. So the Tigers take the lead now, 7-0, with 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter here at Tiger Stadium. Newton Falls Tigers 7, Jackson Milton Blue Jays nothing. That's what we like to see on their first offensive possession, DJ.
You have to go ahead and establish dominance, which the Tigers did. Think about it. You just had Jackson Milton come down, drive a lot of time off the clock. As soon as Newton Falls gets the ball in their hand, next thing you know, already in for 6.
I hope that this causes the defense to go out with a little chip on their shoulder now and be ready to play really, really aggressive and do just what they did last time and shut down this offense from Jackson Milton. I wonder if Jackson Milton's offense is going to come out already after being down 7-0. I know there's a ton of time left. We're only in the first quarter. But do you think they'll start to pass even just a little bit more?
I don't think they're going to go ahead and go away from what they had. I mean, you've seen a couple of pass plays that they had. They're just not comfortable in that set. They are used to being in the I back, get it to your halfback, let him do the work. Right now, it's just not working against the Newton Falls defense, which case they need to go ahead, do the same thing they did last time. Go ahead and push them out of their element, which is being in the pass, and then next thing you know, go ahead and have another 3 and out.
So as we're getting ready for kickoff here to get this possession change, Cameron Hankins he's got the ball lined up, and Newton Falls is getting ready to give it back to Jackson Milton here. Number 18, Cameron Hankins on the kickoff. Kick is away. It's a great kick. Fielded by number 84 at about the 12-yard line. And here he comes out. Dodges one tackle. And a great tackle by Ian King there. Great coverage. Tackle at about the 27-yard line of Jackson Milton on the play. Great job by number 4, Ian King. So Jackson Milton's going to take over again in their second possession here. I think we can expect pretty much the same thing we saw in the first possession, DJ.
Oh, that's going to be their bread and butter. They're going to go ahead and get in that I formation and give it to their tailback and see what he can grind out. It's going to take a lot of time off the clock, and especially with the style offense that they run, they're not going to be able to afford all that time on the field, especially if the Newton Falls offense does what they just did last possession.
Well, let's see if this defense is hungry now after seeing the offense get some for themselves. Let's see if the defense can get some here. Jackson Milton in a 3-back set. Looks like we got some blitzing from Newton Falls. Shane Battison up the middle, but Lengel's quick and is able to dodge a couple tackles. He's going to get about a gain of 3 on the carry.
There was a missed tackle in there.
But he was finally tackled by number 88, Bryce Moran, on the play. So we're looking at about 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7. And I expect to see the same thing from the Blue Jays here, just ground and pound. Let's see if the defense can hold their own and see which side of the line of scrimmage they're going to play on.
That all-familiar I-back set that Jackson Milton's in. And right now, number 11 is their quarterback.
Yeah, Aaron Landis is back under center with Sean Lengel in the backfield. He hands off to Lengel, and he's just dancing around a little bit, trying to dodge some blocks, trying to wait and be patient, look for a hole. Looks like he's going to get about 6 on the carry to the left-hand side. So Lengel gets the handoff. He's very patient, jumping over some of his blockers, you got some people on the ground there. Very disciplined running by Lengel, dodging some blocks, being able to get some positive yards. It looks like we're a 3rd and a long 1 here. About a minute 40 left in the first quarter.
I seen Lengel in pregame. He's got some good footwork, and he's actually showing it off right now.
Newton Falls is stuffing the box. Dom Hunt and Shane Battison both up the middle on the blitz. And it looks like Aaron Landis is going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage, possibly for a loss by a host of Tigers. Luke Dickey, Shane Battison, and Ian King all in on the tackle. Great job by the defense there, holding their ground and holding up that running back. Now we're 4th and 2 for Jackson Milton.
Good penetration by the defense. It seems like they went to go for a quarterback keep, and they just couldn't do it. The line didn't get the push that they needed. Newton Falls came in and capitalized.
Yeah, the secret to this game, especially for the Newton Falls defense, is going to be getting off the ball and playing on their side of the line of scrimmage. So here's 4th down. The handoff is going to be to Lengel. And he's going to be hit right about the 1st down marker, and he's able to drive through. Jake Wright on the tackle, number 1. But it looks like Jackson Milton's got enough for the 1st down here.
Doesn't look like they have a lot of confidence in their punter with going for it that deep in the end zone, that deep on their side of the field. I can understand that, it is early and you don't want to give a chance to give Newton Falls.
So here comes 1st down. The Blue Jays in their triple I formation. And looks like our nose tackle jumped off sides on that one. Ian King, number 4. It's going to be a penalty, 5-yard penalty here on the defense. So it's going to be 1st and 5 for the Blue Jays. They got him jumping off sides, DJ.
They can't get into that. They minimized the penalties on the first drive. Now got another one, super early in the game. First quarter got 2 penalties already. That's not good.
Possibly a hard count, but as a nose tackle, you got to be disciplined. You're right over top of the ball. No excuses for that. I'm sure coaches will get on the nose tackle here and adjust that. So it looks like another quarterback keep, and they literally are just diving right up the middle on that play on 1st down as a quarterback keep right up the middle for a gain of about 5 yards.
Enough for the 1st down,
and
that's going to take us into the second quarter.
Great first quarter for both teams. Great first quarter for the Tigers there as they lead this game 7-0 against the Jackson Milton Blue Jays. Second quarter is about to get underway. Jackson Milton with a toss to Sean Lengel. He's got the outside. He's got the corner. He's at the 30, 25, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Blue Jays. No flags on the field. Great run by number 24, Sean Lengel, on that one. He got the corner, and he didn't stop until he got to the end zone. So the Tigers gave up that play, and now the Blue Jays are on the board. 7-6 right now on that long run by Sean Langle. He saw the corner and he took it.
That was a quick score coming from out of the, coming into the second quarter. And this is, what happened last week. They go ahead and they got the ball down on the ground, just like we talked about, their bread and butter. Don't go away from it. And Jackson Milton got the 6.
So it looks like Jackson Milton's going to go for 2 here. Triple I back set, double tight end. Landis is going to keep it, and he's going to get stuffed. He is not going to get the conversion. Great job by the Tigers on that play. He's met by a host of Tigers up the middle, led by number 80, Shane Battison, and a group of other Tigers. Great stop on that play. So the Tigers still lead with 11:47 in the second quarter. The Tigers are still up 7-6 against the Jackson Milton Blue Jays.
Doesn't look like Jackson Milton has a lot of faith in their kicking game.
We've got Eric Thompson down on the field with the new mascot. Eric.
Hey, guys, thank you very much.
It's really hot and really sweaty.
Sweaty. There you have it. Really hot and sweaty. Just
today I started, actually.
Just a Cub. They can't win without a mascot, and they can't win without cheerleaders.
They're going to give you a new credit.
Thanks, Eric. So back out on the field as the kick return team takes the field, and Jackson Milton's kicking team is taking the field right now. After that quick score starting off the second quarter, DJ, I didn't see that coming. How about you?
Not at all, but they do have that, ground and pound offense. They ended up springing one, got the quick 6. Now we can go ahead and see that Newton Falls Tiger offense to see if they can go ahead and, help out the defense right here by getting another quick score.
Well, back deep for the Tigers, we have number 15, Mitchell Harley, number 23, Christian McCabe, and number 1, Jake Wright. Kicking off for the Blue Jays is going to be number 24, Sean Langle. Doing dual duty tonight.
He's going to do it all, apparently.
And here we go, kickoff back to the Tigers. Number 15, Harley waits back deep, and here comes Langle into the ball. It's a short kick right to number 11, Paul Broderick, who's going to take it. And he's hit by number 30 at the 40-yard line of the Tigers. Great field position on this for this next possession for the Tigers, DJ.
That is huge. You have to have good field position, especially after a nice return. Go ahead and get your offense, help them out a little bit, and now we get to go ahead and see Howard and the crew see what they're going to go ahead and do for this second possession.
Here comes the offense taking the field. Looks like we've got Adam Honeycutt, number 10, wide right in front of us, and out wide on the other side, you got number 14, Nick Oyster. Pistol formation. Mitchell Harley in the backfield. First down. It's going to be a jet sweep to Jake Wright, and he's going to get about 2 on the play. Tackled by number 6, Frankie Prosy, Jackson Milton. So a gain of 2 on the play, DJ.
Yeah, small gains, but guess what? Those small gains end up to big things in the end. That's all you need to do. Just get positive yardage. Go ahead and keep that clock moving. Go ahead and try to score here. Take some time off the clock, but hopefully we can go ahead and get another 6.
So let's see what they do here on second down. So the Tigers line up to the ball, line of scrimmage. Jackson Milton with 4 down linemen and an outside linebacker. And it looks like Jackson Milton jumped off sides. We're going to have an offside penalty against the Blue Jays.
Howard went with that hard count, and it paid him dividends.
Yeah, it really did. Let's see if they do that a few more times here in this game. I'm guessing they probably will if they're able to draw them off sides. It worked for Jackson Milton, too, in the last possession, as we saw.
It sure did. Right here with this 2nd and 3, I would like to see them get the ball to Mitchell Harley. See what he could do. He's going to go ahead and you give him the ball, he can definitely get you 3 yards.
It seems like he's able to turn those short carries into something big, find a hole. He had great field vision last week. Let's see what the Tigers can do here. We got a 4 wide out set, spreading out the field. Howard's back to pass. He's got a little pressure in his face. He decides to step up, and he decides to run the ball. And it looks like he's going to be real close to the first down. Let's see where they mark it. One ref is signaling first down. We've got another ref
down for an injured player.
Yeah, we've got an injured player on the field. Looks like that may be, I can't see a number, DJ.
It might be Jacob Fay, number 12.
Well, why they tend to that player, it's good to see the teams are taking a knee. They're attending to the player on the field. Like I said, we haven't been able to see exactly who it is yet. Still down. It looks like Jackson Milton's head coach, Nate Brode's out there with him. DJ, you always hate to see a player down, no matter what it's for any reason.
But we see him getting back up, and that's a great sign.
Yeah, it is. Looks like a little bit of a limp. He may have hurt a leg or an ankle. But yeah, you're right.
Going to be Jacob Fay.
And it was number 12, correct. So it's good to see him walking off the field under his own power. So let's see the offense get ready to take the field again. Here comes the defense as well.
Big 3rd and 1 here.
Yeah, this is a real big down. Looks like it's a real short one. Let's see what the offense decides to do here. 10:35 in the second quarter.
I'm going to say either a quarterback keep or it's going to be to Harley.
Paul Broderick motions from right to left. It's going to be handoff right to Mitchell Harley, right up the middle. Just to the left, slightly to the left side. Great gain on the carry. Looks like a gain of about 5, DJ. First down, Tigers.
When you go to the replay here, you're going to go ahead and you see Mitchell Harley. He's going to go ahead and get those guaranteed yards. He puts his hat down. That's what you like to see out of your star running back.
Yeah, you definitely want to see a running back that runs north and south. You don't want a guy that does a lot of jukes and dodges and stuff like that and going side to side. You want north and south. That's how you get positive yards. And it seems like Mitchell's really taken on that role this year and is really running hard. So the Tigers are going to come out in a 4 wide receiver set with Jacob Wright motioning from right to left.
Broderick in the backfield.
Looks like Howard's going to pass. He's flushed out. He's got a man wide open. And it's Mitchell Harley. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Tigers. Pass from Ivan Howard to Mitchell Harley. What a play, DJ.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Did you see how wide open Harley was? When you go ahead and you see that Howard ended up on the scramble, he saw his man, what we were talking about before. He had to go ahead and see. When we go to the replay, you're going to see Howard. Next thing you know, Harley's going to be wide open. He eyed his man, in for 6.
What I noticed on that play, DJ, was you have to honor a running quarterback like Ivan Howard. If you notice when he's flushed out of the pocket, he had 2 guys coming at him unabated. He rolled out, was able to slip out of the pocket, and because he's a very mobile quarterback and they have to honor him, as he started to approach the line of scrimmage, that cornerback actually came up off Harley, which is why he was so wide open. Howard was able to just drop it right over top for the touchdown. Great play by the Tigers, great vision by Harley, and also by Ivan Howard.
And it looks like there's going to be a penalty for roughing on Jackson Milton. That's huge.
I think that's going to be assessed at the kickoff, DJ, according to what I'm seeing from the referee here. So let's see if Newton Falls can convert here on this extra point. Right now it's 9:42 in the second quarter, and Newton Falls is up 13-6. Let's see if they can convert this extra point here. Nick Oyster on the hold. Cameron Hanks, the kick is up, and it looks like the kick is going to be good. So the Newton Falls Tigers now lead the Jackson Milton Blue Jays 14-6 on that beautiful pass from Ivan Howard to Mitchell Harley down the right sideline. Great play by the Tigers. Let's see what the defense can do.
Now defense is going to have to go ahead and step it up here. Your offense came out on the field, got 2
Looks
scores
good on the
for you.
field.
And now we're going to go ahead and go down to the field where we have our field reporter.
Oh, he's got the mascot down there on the field again. As we get ready for the kick teams to come out on the field, getting ready for the Newton Falls kicking team. Cameron Hank is going to kick off, and you can see the score. The Tigers are up here 14-6. It's been a busy game so far, DJ.
It has been, especially for this Newton Falls offense. They are really quick on the ball.
Now we're going to throw it down to Eric Thompson down on the field. Eric.
Terrific. Guys, thank you very much. I'm standing down here on the field after a little audio technical difficulty with Dennis Lang. Dennis Lang is the Tiger, as you can see. Dennis, how is it in there?
It's really hot, but it's fun.
It's hot, but it's fun. It kind of describes a lot of things in high school. And you've been the mascot for, this is your first game. Are you a senior, junior?
Freshman.
Freshman. A freshman Tiger, just a cub. Just a cub. Hey, there's a rumor that the Blue Jay mascot on the other side of the field is picking a fight with you. Are you ready to throw down?
I'm going to win.
There you have it. He's going to win. Guys, back up to you in the booth. Thanks.
Thanks, Eric. That's the kind of attitude that we love to hear, and it's permeated the entire school, all the way from the football team down to the freshman mascot. You got to love that. You got to love the attitude. Go Tigers. So as we saw on the last drive, there was a penalty against the Blue Jays that's going to be assessed on the kickoff. So Cameron Hankins is going to be kicking off from the Blue Jay 45. But what I'm seeing now on the sideline, it looks like number 7, Ivan Howard, is walking off the field with no helmet, and I'm not sure where he's headed. I don't know if they're going to check him out. Not sure exactly what's going on, but we'll try to find out what's going on and get some more information. Here comes Cameron Hankins, the kick. It's a high kick, fielded by number 24, Sean Langle at the 5. He's up the middle, he breaks a tackle, and he's out to about the 25-yard line, brought down by, looks like number 4, Ian King. Ian King's been a beast on special teams today, DJ.
He really has. I mean, he's bringing the energy. And right now we got the student section going up there, and this is our house.
Looks like Hawaiian themed night. Look at all the leis and all the cool Hawaiian gear. It's really cool to see all the students really get into this, really get into the team and support their players, support their friends. It's really great to see this kind of atmosphere here in town. Absolutely loving it. So here comes Jackson Milton's offense up to the ball. Let's see what the Tiger defense can do here if they can get a push. Handoff to Langler up the middle, and he's met by a couple Tigers right at the line of scrimmage. That's the kind of push that the defense needs.
Yes, they definitely need to do this. Continue more of it because you know what Jackson Milton's going to do. Now go ahead and see if we can make some adjustments down on the sideline.
DJ, I'm looking down here on the sideline. It looks like we've got Nick Oyster, number 14, warming up, taking some snaps here. He is the backup quarterback. So I wonder if something might have happened to Howard. I wonder if maybe I don't want to speculate too much, but maybe a concussion possibly. I don't know if he maybe hit his head or maybe some other kind of injury, and they're just going to go check him out. But you see number 14 down there on the sideline getting loose right now. I'm guessing he's probably going to come in.
It seems like when Howard was leaving the field, he was, motioning his head, things like that. It might take him back, concussion protocol, see what he's going through, see if he's okay, and hopefully he can make it out to the second half.
Hopefully, because he's absolutely the true leader of this team here. And the team needs, there's a pitch from Landis to Langle. He spins, and he's met by a host of Tigers, finished off by number 88, Bryce Moran on the play. Tackled at the line of scrimmage for, looks like no gain, DJ.
That was a great way to go ahead and finish that tackle. But the fact that you see him during this replay, as he goes ahead, he gets the pitch. Next thing you know, he goes down and he tries to break that tackle, but just what you're supposed to do. You hang on until the help comes, and as you see, number 88 comes in there and puts him down for the loss.
Great play. Here we go on 3rd down and 6 for the Blue Jays. Oh, and the defense got drawn offsides again, a little too aggressive. So now you're going to tack on 5 yards on what was a 3rd and long, a 3rd and 6, to now this is going to be a 3rd and 1, DJ.
Just gave him a more manageable down. Take him from 3rd and 6, deep in their territory. Now you give them 5 yards. Now they're going to go ahead, and you know what they're going to do. Pound, pound, pound.
Yep.
And with how big this back is, it's undetermined to know, but he would be liable to get the first down.
So let's see what happens here. Jackson Milton's in their power triple I formation. Hand off to the deep back. He's met immediately by a linebacker in the hole, and that's Paul Broderick on the tackle, but it's after Jackson Milton was able to get the first down, so they're going to move the chains.
And that's what they need to do if they want to stay in this game. They got to keep the chains moving, especially at the fact that they do not want to see that Newton Falls offense out on the field. 2 possessions, 2 quick scores, not good for your defense.
No, the best thing for Jackson Milton right now is to keep moving the chains, keep getting chunk plays, and keep the ball, keep it away from that Newton Falls offense. So here we are on 1st down. Landis is dropping back. Looks like he's going to pass. He's got a man deep. It's number 6, Frankie Prosy, and he makes a beautiful over-the-shoulder catch with 2 defenders draped all over him. Jake Wright and Luke Dickey in perfect coverage, but Prosy makes a beautiful catch on a great throw by number 11, Aaron Landis. Let's see that replay.
That play was beautiful. The fact that he actually went and threw into double coverage, he had to have a lot of confidence in his receiver.
That was one of those throws that only his guy can get to, only his receiver can make the play, and Prosy made a beautiful over-the-shoulder catch. So here comes Jackson Milton, 1st and 10, and they're able to draw Newton Falls defense offsides again. Newton Falls is going to have to be disciplined. They're just going to keep giving away 5 yards over and over and over again.
We were talking about this last game. Those penalties, they had 14 penalties last game. This is not good considering right now for what they're trying to do and, you know, keep the Jackson Milton offense, you know, back on their heels. You're giving them free 5 yards every time. That's not going to be beneficial in the long run.
So here comes Jackson Milton, 1st and 5 from Newton on the Newton Falls 23-yard line. And here comes another handoff to Langle. And he's met and tackled by a host of Tigers after it seems like a very short gain of maybe 1 on the play. So the defense seems to be holding their own, but they keep shooting themselves in the foot with the stupid penalties.
Exactly, and like you said, that all boils down to discipline. You have to know that when you're on the line, you got to sit there and watch that center. You're not going off of the count. If you go off the count each time, free 5 yards.
Got to watch the ball, especially those down D linemen. I'm sure the coaching staff will be all over those guys about staying disciplined and not listening to the count, not listening to the audio, but paying attention to the snap of the ball. Let's see if the defense can buckle down here and hold. 2nd and 4 for the Jackson Milton Blue Jays. It's like a nice counter play by Jackson Milton. They've run that a couple times tonight, and that seemed like it was very effective as Newton Falls had a couple guys blitzing, and they all seemed to come a little bit too deep on the play, and the counter was able to come back up underneath.
Oh, they overshot the play. As you can see here, a couple of Tigers came in through. Next thing you know, he's into the 2nd level, and he got enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, Dom Hunt was in the backfield there and ran past the running back, but he was able to be brought down by number 88, Bryce Moran, but not until after the 1st down for Jackson Milton. 1st down, 1st and 10, Jackson Milton. The handoff is to Aaron Landis, and he's tackled for, it looks like, a short gain, maybe a gain of 2 on the play. So here's the handoff to Aaron Landis, who's done dual duty as well, has played quarterback, threw a nice pass, and he's tackled by a host of Tigers. Mitchell Harley in on the mix, Jake Wright, Ian King, Paul Broderick in on the mix as well.
I like the stretch by the running back right there. You want to go ahead and fight for every there that you can, especially right now with 4:56 and ticking, and you're knocking on the door of the end zone.
Yeah, this is definitely a game of inches. So let's see what they do here on 2nd and 8. Triple back set. Landis is back under center. He hands off to Langle. And they're just running, just diving straight up the middle, DJ. Nothing fancy about it. This is just ground and pound football. We're going to do what you know we're going to do, and you have to stop us.
Absolutely, and they're showing it right now with, I mean, they've only thrown the ball 3 times, maybe 4 times this game. You know what their offense is going to be. It's going to be straight up the middle, or it's going to be a sweep or a toss or a counter. I mean, they keep their playbook pretty vanilla, but like you said, you know what we're going to do. Go ahead and try to stop us.
And let's see if the Tigers can stop them here on 3rd down, even though I'm guessing this is probably going to be 4-down territory here. So on 3rd down and 6 with a triple I formation, Landis is under center again. He hands off to Langle one more time, and he's met by a handful of Tigers right near the line of scrimmage. Looks like it's going to be a short gain. He's not brought down, but the referees blow the flag, blow the whistle for stopping him with momentum. So we're at 4th and 1 now. So yeah, the handoff to Langle. He's stuffed by Jake Wright and a host of Tigers. That's another thing I really like to see, DJ. Team tackling.
Yes, gang tackling. You got to have that kind of mentality. Everybody all on the ball. As soon as you go ahead and you see the carrier, go ahead and try to stop him. Big 4th down here, Brian.
Huge play, DJ. Huge. Let's see what the Tigers can do and see what the Blue Jays decide to go with. Tried to draw him offside. The Tigers stayed disciplined. And it looks like a timeout by the Blue Jays after the Tigers were able to hold their ground, not jump off sides, not get drawn off sides by the offense. So, but DJ, I'm guessing after this play, what do you think? I have to go out there and do the exact same thing and be disciplined, stay home, and not jump off sides again. Let's throw it down to Eric Thompson.
Hey guys, thanks. I want to tell you,
some of the team spirit that we see on the field in every high school stadium on every Friday night across Ohio is just spectacular, and the student body is doing the cheering. I'm with Allie and Sydney. They're both seniors. You guys are doing great. Tell me a little bit about why you're dressed the way you're dressed. We're in Newton Falls, Northeast Ohio, and here you are dressed like we're on a beach in Hawaii.
Well, we pick a student section theme for every week, so the whole student like some school spirit and support for the boys.
Oh, it's fantastic. Tell me about the.
He is here to take down the.
Well, there you have it. Taking down the Blue Jays as a parrot, and you'll look at this post that they've made. This is our house.
Thanks, Eric.
Back up to you guys. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Eric. We appreciate it. Down on the field, it looks like Jackson Milton was able to get the first down there on the quarterback keep by Aaron Landis, number 11. He just dove right at the middle and was able to get enough push to get the first down. So now it's going to be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line for Jackson Milton. What do you think is going to happen here with the defense, DJ?
Defense has got to stay disciplined right here. This is a big score trying to go for Jackson Milton. We don't want to see what happened last week, and there's pretty much almost the same instance as last week. Go with the visiting team getting ready to score late in the second quarter.
So here comes 1st down, 1st and goal. Fumble on the play. And looks like the Tigers are able to recover the ball at the 1-yard line. What a great play by the Tigers. What a huge time to have that happen, DJ.
Absolutely. That's what you got to have going on right there. On the 2-yard line, they went ahead and had to stop. Look right here as we go on the replay. It looked like the toss was missed. He fumbled the toss, and then at that point in time, Shane Battison was there, went ahead with a group of Tigers, and next thing you know, they recover the fumble, which is huge for this defense.
Chris Wilcox on the recovery of the fumble. That was fantastic. And you're right, DJ. What it looked like was the toss. Langle never received the toss. He never was able to handle it, and once he hit that ball and it rolled out in front of him, he laid out trying to get to it, and the Tigers were able to recover. What a huge play for the Tigers.
And right now, we're going to go ahead and see who we have in at quarterback.
Looks like number 14, Nick Oyster, is taking over for Ivan Howard at quarterback. Handoff up the middle to Mitchell Harley. Is he able to get out of the end zone? It looks like he's just barely able to get out of the end zone. They're in dangerous territory right now, DJ.
Oh, yeah, you do not want to play down here. Right now, you're got a tackle for loss, and they're going to be at the 1-yard line, especially with your second-string quarterback, with your shot caller not in the game. This is going to be big for Oyster, seeing that he hasn't had any game-time experience this year as of yet.
And that's right, DJ. Nick Oyster is a junior, 6 foot, 160-pound junior. Number 14, Nick Oyster, is coming in to replace Ivan Howard at quarterback. We have not figured out or have not heard yet what exactly has happened to Howard. But Newton Falls is going to run the ball up the middle again. It looks like a handoff to Paul Broderick, number 11. And luckily, the Tigers were able. Oh, we got a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is.
Might be a hit after the.
Paul Broderick on the carry was able to get out of. Luckily, was able to get out of the shadow of the goalpost there. Out to about the 9-yard line. But let's see what the call is on the field. The referees are having a little meeting. Let's see what the call is. It looks like it is going to be against Jackson Milton. We got a face mask against Jackson Milton, so give the Newton Falls Tigers a 15-yard penalty, I do believe.
Wow, that was big to get them out of their end zone. And now they just got a little bit of yards out of the end zone. Now you got a little bit of breathing room.
And I stand corrected. It looks like that's just a 5-yard penalty. Either way, it's first down for the Tigers. That was a huge series of events, a huge series of plays from the fumble and the recovery to the run of the middle by Broderick and the penalty, which really helped the Tigers out and gives Nick Oyster a little bit of breathing room. So with a minute 48 left, here comes the jet sweep to Jake Wright. He's going to get hit and bounce outside. He cuts it back inside, and he's still on his feet. Jake Wright is a one-man wrecking crew for being such a little guy. He's able to just get in and out. He's able to make quick cuts and make a bunch of guys miss to get a nice positive gain of about 8 on the play.
Look, slippery like butter. Look as he goes and he just starts shedding all those tackles. And that's what you want to see, especially from your flex right there. And that's going to go ahead and get them a nice, manageable second down and the clock coming in. I wonder if they're going to go ahead and try to score here, Brian.
We got Paul Broderick in motion. Nick Oyster looks like it was supposed to be a handoff, and there was no one there, so Oyster's going to keep it, and he's going to run, but he's going to get a first down. But we've got a flag.
Laundry.
We got a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is on the field.
I see Jackson Milton over there clapping. It might be against the offense.
It looks like we've got a hold. Nope. Yeah, we got a hold against the Newton Falls Tigers on that play. So they're going to move them back.
That might have been the reason why Oyster ended up having that hole on the side.
That could be. That could very well be. But it did look like a busted play. I will say that it did look like kind of a busted play. He went to turn around and hand it off to somebody who wasn't there, so he decided to keep it and take off and run. So now the Tigers are in a little bit of trouble here with a minute left. We're under a minute in the second quarter here. The Tigers have the lead, 14-6, and it's second and a long 11, about 12.
I wonder how we're going to manage the ball, especially with the fact that Jackson Milton has 2 timeouts remaining.
Jake Wright comes in motion. Looks like we got a handoff to Mitchell Harley, and he's going to get a positive gain off the right side for looks like about 4 yards.
Yeah, I was going to say there, Jackson Milton's going to go ahead and call a quick timeout.
Smart play by Jackson Milton there to save some time on the clock and possibly get a chance to get the ball back here in the first half, even though there's only 32 seconds left in this half. Newton Falls is in a tough spot right now. A long 3rd and 6. Let's see what they can do here when they come back from this timeout. Hopefully get a chance to catch their breath a little bit.
I think right here with having your second string quarterback on the field as of now, what you're going to do is just go ahead, keep the ball on the ground, go ahead and, do what you do, go for what you know. Right now, keep the ball 3rd and 6. Want to go ahead and get your punters some room to go ahead and kick the ball away, especially with the way that Jackson Milton's offense operates. They're not a real deep threat, and especially with the fact with 32 seconds, if the Tigers do end up not converting on this 3rd down, they punt it away, go ahead and sit people in the end zone. Anything that goes in front of you, that's just going to be for stats. They just don't want to get them in the end zone.
Trying to get out of this first half without giving up any more points. Let's see what the Tigers do here. They come out with a 4 wide receiver set. Paul Broderick is running back in the backfield with Nick Oyster. 3rd and 6. Oyster gets a bad snap. The ball's loose. Oyster's able to pick it up, and he's going to be sacked. That was a bad snap, DJ. He was not able to handle that snap at all.
That's the struggle with having your second string quarterback come in. Unfortunately, he does not know, how to take the snap from the center as your first string quarterback would. It's just the fact that he hasn't had a lot of snaps in his career. So right now, being in this position that he's in, you get a little bit of nerves. It's okay. Just make sure that you don't turn the ball over, in which case he did not, and that's all you can, hope for in that situation.
Yeah, that could have been absolutely worst case scenario to lose the ball right down there inside the 10-yard line, inside the 15-yard line. Jackson Milton is going to need a little bit of time. There's 25 seconds left on the clock, and I'm guessing Newton Falls is going to punt here. And we'll see how much time they can take off the clock with this punt and then where the field possession is going to end up. So the Newton Falls Tigers are leading right now with 25 seconds left in the first half here at Newton Falls Tiger Stadium. Tigers are up 14-6. Of the Jackson Milton Blue Jays. It's been an interesting game so far. We've seen a lot of what we expected, DJ. We've seen a lot of the run offense from Jackson Milton, and we've seen a lot of the high-powered offense from Newton Falls. But now, with Howard out of the game, hopefully we'll be able to find out what's going on with number 7. The offense is going to be quite a bit different with Newton Falls.
It's going to be very different. I think we're going to go ahead and start going down to a run game, and that was not a good kick.
Jake Wright with the punt there, ladies and gentlemen, and it is downed by the Tigers at the 44-yard line. And that was a very smart play by the defense. Nobody downed the ball right away immediately. Let the clock tick until the referee signaled for the clock to stop. So there's 15 seconds left. I wonder what Jackson Milton's going to be able to do here with this 15 seconds left in this first half.
Newton Falls is going to have to play loose here. They don't want to go ahead and play so tight to the point where they end up springing another big run like they did in the middle of the first half. What we want to do is you want to go ahead and get your safeties to creep back, get your corners to creep back. 15 seconds with the way that Jackson Milton's offense works, they're not going to go ahead and go for the big play. But we do see them in a shotgun formation, which they did have some success with earlier.
Yeah, you've got Frankie Prosy split out wide to the right with Landis in the backfield in the shotgun formation. He's back there with Lengel as well. He's looking. He's got a man deep. He throws it to the middle of the field, and it's going to be picked off by Jake Wright, who's hit immediately by Frankie Prosy, and he's going to get a flag.
Oh, that's going to be a personal foul.
I think that's going to be a personal foul, most likely head-to-head contact on a defenseless player.
He went very high on that play.
Another interception by Jake Wright.
As we look here at the replay, you see the quarterback basically going for broke, just trying to go ahead and get it, try to get a quick score. With the pickoff right here, with that helmet-to-helmet contact, that was a huge hit. That's going to be a good penalty for the Tigers, but I see the Tigers are going to just go ahead and try to take this into halftime.
Jake Wright with another brilliant defensive effort. He's a ball hawk. The ball just seems to always end up in his hand somehow. Great play by him, great play by the defense. And let's see what the Tiger offense is going to do after that personal foul. I'm guessing, just like you said, DJ, I'm guessing they're probably just going to sit on this one and take this lead into the half.
Absolutely. Right now, with the fact that you got 5 seconds left and you do have decent field position, the last thing you want to do with your second-string quarterback is put him in a position to where he is not comfortable. Just go ahead, take this into halftime, and then go ahead and game plan for the second half.
So here comes the Jackson Milton defense. Newton Falls offense is already on the field. And they are definitely in the victory formation already, even though it's only the end of the first half. So they're going to go ahead and kneel this one out, and they're going to get out of this half with the score being what it is. Let's see. Make sure the snap gets back. And that's it. We're going to end the first half here with Newton Falls leading 14-6 against Jackson Milton. Very interesting first half, DJ.
It definitely was. Right now, we're just going to go ahead and have to see what the status is on Howard for the second half. If we come out, you're going to have Nick Oyster possibly running the second half.
Let's go down to Eric Thompson. I believe he's with the head coach of Newton Falls.
I am with Coach Gillespie. Coach, if you're trying to improve our ratings, you're doing a good job. You're keeping these games tight last week and this week both. What do you say to these guys in the locker room this week?
Well, they're in a dogfight right now, and Jackson Milton's running a grinded-out type offense, so we're going to have to come up with some defensive stops. Our quarterback's out, so now we're on our second-string quarterback. So, hey, they're in a fight. We're hoping we get the ball next halftime here and get down there and put a drive in.
You'll get it. It's 14-6. You're in pretty good shape thus far. Do you have any preliminary information for us on Ivan Howard?
No, not yet. I haven't checked with the EMTs down here.
All right, very good. Guys, thank you very much. Good luck, Coach. I'm getting early reports. The rumor out here is that it's a collarbone and it could be maybe fractured. We're not sure yet. We'll try and get that information as soon as we can. Back up to you guys in the booth. Thanks.
Eric, thanks so much for that interview, and thanks for that little bit of information as well. We hope Ivan is okay. We hope everything's all right, and that he'll be back quick, and hope it's nothing too serious. Great interview with Coach Gillespie as well, and he said it all. They're going to come back out here in the second half and put together a great drive. And really kind of, even with their second string quarterback, it's next man up mentality. You got to have the next man up mentality, DJ.
Yes, you do. Unfortunately, right now for the Tigers, that Oyster has not had a lot of snaps. We haven't seen him at all in the first game. Second game, so early in the game. Now they're going to have to put the game on his shoulders, in which case I would say to go back to that potent running attack that you have. We haven't seen McCabe yet. You have Harley out there. You have Jacob Wright. You have Paul Broderick. Go ahead and get the ball in their hands. Let them carry this team. Just go ahead and don't have Oyster do too much, but just enough to where he could go ahead and carry them to the victory.
Here comes the Jackson Milton Marching Band.
Our next blockbuster movie hit put us on edge when we heard T-Rex doesn't want to be fed, he wants to hunt. Beware the T-Rex as the band delivers a theme song that comes from the action-packed adventure Jurassic Park. Percussion section will be featured on this next number. They'll try to hold true to our next popular line. With great power comes great responsibility, as the band performs a song from your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. The final number for today's show features one of the most popular lines in the history of all movies. It also delivers the band's wishes for all of Jackson Milton sports teams this fall. May the Force be with you. Comes from the blockbuster film series Star Wars, entitled Jedi Sept, and features a solo from senior Kristen Carnes. like to thank all the parents, band boosters, administration for all their help during the season. They'd also like to wish good luck to the Greek Falls band on the rest of their season. We hope you enjoy the 2019 Tiger Band performance of Otis Redding's Sept.
Most coaches.
Great job, Newton Falls band.
Getting ready to come in here to the second half.
We're getting ready to get underway here. So coming back for the second half here of tonight's Newton Falls Tiger Jackson Milton Blue Jay game. We've got some sponsors here for tonight's game. Tiger Den Pizza right here in Newton Falls. Contact us for some great pizza. It's 872-5577. Again, it's 872-5577. Tiger Den Pizza. Thanks for all your support for the Newton Falls football team. We really appreciate it. I believe they actually fed the football team last night. So thanks again to Tiger Den Pizza. We really appreciate it. Also a sponsor for tonight's game is Substop, right in Newton Falls as well. Owner Nick Kepich. The director of operations. Stop down there. The food is amazing. The subs are delicious. I really recommend the Cheddar Bacon Ranch myself. Contact them at 330-842-9518. Also, tonight's game is brought to you by Stone, Mulch, and More Excavating and Landscaping. We really appreciate these sponsors, particularly Stone, Mulch, and More Excavating and Landscaping. Contact them at 330-503-0007. Another sponsor for tonight's game is Nancy Hoffman. Nancy is running for City Council Ward 2. Elect Nancy Hoffman for City Council Ward 2 in Newton Falls. Paid for by the committee for Nancy Hoffman. Thanks, Nancy. Also, as I mentioned earlier this evening, Mi Amigo, the Mexican restaurant here in Newton Falls. Absolutely love it. Great tacos, great margaritas. Stop down and see Mario. Tell him I sent you. Tell him I said hello. And we appreciate all the support down at 11 West Broad Street. Contact them today at 330-872-1050.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. Another sponsor for tonight's game is Howland Alarm. Protecting homes and businesses since 1969. Howland Alarm is a family-owned business. They are a multi-generational family, have been owned, like I said, since it started in 1969. Call them for all your burglary and commercial alarm needs. 330-369-2956 for all your residential and commercial needs. If you're looking for a haircut, if anybody knows me, I don't do many haircuts because I don't have much hair, DJ.
I don't think so.
If you need a great haircut, stop down to the Chic Salon right in historic downtown New York, Newton Falls District. Chic Salon. Tell them we said hello. Thanks for the sponsorship. We really appreciate it. Also sponsoring tonight's game, Clonch & Sons Excavating. Contact them today for all your excavation needs. 330-219-4844. Thank you, Clonch & Sons. And also, Ed's Barbershop. Anybody that's been through downtown Newton Falls has most likely seen Ed's Barbershop. It's the only barber pole in town, still spinning. My buddy Pat is running that. His father opened that barbershop. Go down and say hi to Pat. Contact him at 872-0531 and stop down and get your hair cut. Thanks, Ed's Barbershop. All right, DJ, here we go. Getting ready to kick off the second half of the Newton Falls Tigers. Let's go down to Eric Thompson down in the field. Eric.
Hey, real quick, just an update. The rumor mill is a little hotter now. The injury to Ivan Howard looks a little more serious, possibly a fracture. They're at the hospital now doing x-rays. A lot of swelling, and it looks like it is collarbone. So we'll check up on that and see if we can get you some more information later in the game. Now let's go kickoff.
Thanks for the update, Eric. We really appreciate it. It's a real shame to hear that about Ivan Howard. That's a real big loss to the team, DJ, right before the half.
Hopefully it's not as serious as, predicted. Hopefully he comes back soon.
Yeah, we'll see how long Ivan's going to be out. We'll get some more information. We'll try to get that to you as soon as we can. Here's the kickoff. It looks like Jackson Milton either attempted some kind of a short kickoff and try to get Newton Falls off balance, but fortunately Dom Hunt, number 5 Dom Hunt, was paying attention and made the catch there on the kick. So Newton Falls will take over on offense here on about the 45-yard line on their side of the ball. First possession of the second half, DJ. Nick Oyster's coming out at quarterback. What do you think we can expect from this Tiger offense?
I think it's going to be on the ground. I don't expect to see a lot of passes out of him, but, you know, they can go ahead and surprise us. They could go ahead and next thing you know, he comes out and he's got a cannon. Let's go ahead and see what they do.
Well, let's see what happens here as the offense takes the field in a pistol formation. Shane Madison spread out wide to the left in front of us. Adam Honeycutt opposite side. Paul Broderick at the wing. Here comes Jake Wright in motion from right to left. It's going to be a quarterback rollout, and it looks like they're going to pass on first down. It's a flip pass out to Mitchell Harley, number 15. He makes the completion out to the Jackson Milton 40. And it looks like we got a penalty flag on the field. I didn't see the call. I didn't see what it was, DJ. What does it look like?
I have no idea. I'm looking at the coach right now who is in shock right now. Wants to go ahead and check and see what that is.
The ref's down there talking to Coach Gillespie. Looks like he's explaining to see what happened. And it looks like, judging by the body language from number 14, Nick Oyster, it's going to be against the Tigers. It's going to negate a huge play coming out here to start the second half. What a deflating penalty.
That is huge. We were talking about self-inflicted wounds. We were talking about it last week. It continues into this week. You go ahead and you have a big play, and now you negate it with a penalty.
Still not sure what the call was exactly on that play. But here comes Oyster with the play into the huddle.
They still haven't even picked the flag up.
No, they have not. The flag is still on the field. They're marching it off right now. That was a huge penalty. I'm a 15-yard mark off, it looks like. And looks like the Tigers are going to be first and a mile, DJ.
That is a lot of yards to lose.
So it looks like we're about first and about 26, it looks like. So here we go. Let's replay first down. Let's see what the Tigers do.
I think right here you're just going to go ahead and keep the ball on the ground. You don't want to go ahead and have your quarterback go into a turnover or a potential turnover.
Yeah, let's see what they do. It looks like Jackson Milton is threatening a little bit of a blitz. It's going to be a handoff off the middle to Harley. Bobbles the handoff a little bit. But look at that speed. He takes the outside, and we've got a holding call against number 10, Adam Honeycutt, as Mitchell Harley's still on his feet, running down the field. And we're going to get another penalty against the Tigers again. Every time they get a good play, DJ, it seems like they're getting called back. It's going to demoralize this team.
Absolutely. Right now, you just had that huge run by Harley, and you clearly seen the hold over here on the sideline. Just an unfortunate incident at a wrong time.
Yeah, you got a wide receiver, number 10, Adam Honeycutt, stock blocking his defender down the field, but apparently the refs were watching. We got too much jersey, so we're going to step off another penalty here.
This is doing good for the whole first part of the block, and then once Harley got closer, just had a little bit too much jersey for the refs' liking.
So we're going to replay first down again. So this will be the third time we play first down. And we're first down in forever here. This is a long way. Let's see what the Tigers do. The Tigers on the left hash, they break the huddle and come out. Let's see if they can keep the energy up. I know they're going to be a little bit demoralized from those couple penalties. Let's see what they can do here. Two wide receivers out to the right. Broderick's in motion. There's that cannon you were talking about, DJ. Nick Oyster does have quite an arm. And it's just a quick screen pass out to number 1, Jake Wright, for a gain of just a couple yards.
We're gonna see here Oyster's confidence start to build. He ended up having a good play, turned into a penalty. It's quite all right. You do like to see the confidence coming out in your second string quarterback to make sure, like we were touching on, Brian, earlier, next man up mentality. You got to have that, especially in a very good situation that you have going for the team right now, up 14-6.
Yeah, every team deals with penalties, and Newton Falls is not going to be any different than anybody else. They're going to have to overcome this one way or the other, and luckily for them, they have a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball. Let's see what they can do with it. So here comes Nick Oyster in the pistol on second down. And looks like Newton Falls is going to pass again. Oyster decides to pull it back down. He's got a man wide open. Paul Broderick makes a one-handed catch, and he's out of bounds on the sideline with a nice pickup on the play on second down, and they're back within first down territory. Great catch by Broderick. The one-handed, great body control. He's hit by number 12 on the play and pushed out of bounds by Fay.
That play would be on Sports Center.
Great play by Broderick. Great body control and great hand-eye coordination as well. And Nick Oyster, surprisingly looking very sharp coming out here at quarterback. It seems like his accuracy and his patience in the pocket are evident.
Absolutely. If you look at him right here, when you saw him on that last play, you seen the confidence that he had. You seen that he went to scramble and then located his man outside, wide open, way more manageable third down.
It looks like the Tigers are seeming to be a little bit more comfortable passing the ball here. And we're going to get another penalty.
I think that's going to be on the defense. I think that's going to be an offsides.
I don't see a flag on the field. Delay of game against the offense. Another self-inflicted penalty.
Yet again, go ahead and 2 steps forward, 4 steps back. You cannot have these going into the third quarter with another quarterback at the helm.
Well, typically when you bring another quarterback into the fold, a kid who's younger, who hasn't played as much, has much experience, you can kind of blame that. But when you've got the quarterbacks are typically the ones running in their own plays here, going to the sidelines to get their plays. So they have to just hurry up, speed up the play call a little bit. So we got a 5 receiver set, empty backfield for number 14, Nick Oyster. He's got pressure up the middle. He's able to escape the pressure and let the ball go into the middle of the field. And Paul Broderick, who's the intended receiver, has to go and play defense on that play as Frankie Prosy, number 6, was ready to pick that ball off. Nick Oyster just kind of threw up a little bit of a prayer there. Probably should have kept that one and either ran it or just thrown it out of bounds. But luckily, Broderick making the smart play there, being a defender, knocking that ball down, DJ.
That's for sure. I mean, Oyster he thought he had a man open. Again, that's just with the inexperience. He thought he had a man open, threw to a wide open, practically Blue Jay defender. But the smarts of Broderick, he played defense. They walk out of it, and now they still have the ball, and they're just going to go ahead and punt it away.
So Newton Falls is going to punt. Broderick makes a one-handed catch on the snap. Gets off a decent punt with a Blue Jay in his face. And the Blue Jays, Frankie Prosy, will take the ball out of bounds at about the 35 of Jackson Milton. So the Tigers not able to do much on that drive. They actually were able to do quite a bit, but brought back by penalties and just kind of some dumb plays, and they kind of shot themselves in the foot again, as what we've seen before.
That's what we keep saying, self-inflicted penalties. We've said it last week. We're saying it again this week. Right now, Newton Falls is hurting themselves more than the Jackson Milton defense is doing. And right now with the inexperience at quarterback, which he's actually coming out for that drive with being so far back and bringing him up, that was very impressive. Now we're going to go ahead and see the Jackson Milton offense and see what they can do.
So as we talked about in the first half, DJ, in the pregame and talking about during the first half, this is a game of 4 quarters. So we're going to see now with the Tigers up by 8. Jackson Milton's coming out throwing, and Jake Wright is not able to get a hand on the ball. Incomplete pass on the deep route out to number 6, Frankie Prosy from Aaron Landis. That ball was incomplete. He threw into double coverage on that play, DJ.
He threw into double coverage, but the thing about it was his man actually could have made a play on that ball. He did have the ball until he came down with it, dropped it, incomplete pass. Lucky for the Tigers.
Yeah, very lucky for the Tigers. So we're at second down now with about 9:34 left in the third quarter here. Newton Falls leading 14-6 against the Jackson Milton Blue Jays. 2nd and 10 for the Blue Jays. So as I was saying before that last play, DJ, it's a game of 4 quarters. Jackson Milton is known for just running the ball, pounding the ball, and wearing out defenses. It's a close game. The Newton Falls defense is going to have to stay aggressive and keep these guys under wraps. Just like that, and Langle breaks a tackle.
Fumble.
Looks like the ball is out. We've got a penalty on the play as well. Looked like the ball popped out, but it looks like it was recovered by number 76 or 78.
There's another penalty.
The flags are just a flying today, DJ.
If it's offsetting penalties, then that'll be okay. But if it's 2 against the Newton Falls defense, that's going to hurt.
So we're waiting on a call from the referees. It looks like it's against the Tigers. We're still waiting on an official call here. They look a tad confused out there.
We seen the early flag come in after the
Right
fumble,
at the end of the play, yeah.
And then at the end of the play, that's the one that that's the one that we were gonna go ahead, but it looks like the penalties are gonna offset.
Well, it looks like they stepped off the penalty, and I'm guessing that was where the penalty happened on the. I'm really confused by that call, DJ. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. I saw him signal a hold against Jackson Milton, but then he didn't make a signal against Newton Falls. So it is going to be offsetting penalties.
And right now they're just going to go ahead with the yardage gained on the ball, and now it's just going to be second down and about 3.
Yeah, it looks like about a long 2. Not real sure how that worked out, DJ.
That was a crazy turn of
And now
events
we've got
right
the
there.
officials. Now the officials are coming in to talk about this some more. Not sure exactly what's going on here.
I don't think they have any idea.
Yeah,
what's
that's what
going
it
on
looks
here.
like. That's what it looks like. It looks like some confusion on the field here as far as what the call is. It looks like the referees are having an argument or discussion out there midfield.
Looks like some of the Tiger players are upset with what's going to be called.
Seems like a lot of confusion all around. So we're at 9:16 here in the third quarter. The Tigers are leading 14-6. Some events that have happened here during the game. The Tigers have lost their starting quarterback, Ivan Howard, to a possible collarbone fracture. He's at the hospital not getting checked out. And when we get some more information, we'll get that out to you. Nick Oyster stepped in for the Tiger offense, came in and played very well, but wasn't able to get a score. Now the Blue Jays are driving themselves. 1st and 10. That was a formation penalty. We had multiple people in motion and a great play in the backfield by Mitchell Harley, but yet another flag on the field.
That's going to go against Jackson Milton for that one.
Looks like a procedural penalty. So we got an illegal shift. They're going to mark off 5 yards, so we're going to replay first down.
Looks like there was more than one moving on the line.
Yeah, it looked like Lengel went to motion to his left when there was already a man in motion to the right. So we'll replay first down. It is 1st and 15 from the Jackson Milton 37. All right, DJ, let's see if we can get some of this confusion and all this stuff and get the energy back to the field here.
Well, it seems like everything's calmed down now, and now we're finally back to football.
Tigers are showing blitz. And that's exactly what they do, but the handoff's up the middle. And it's just a pile. The ball is out, but the whistle was blown already. I have a strong feeling, DJ, just listening to some of the energy here in the crowd, that the fans are starting to get a little restless with the referees. Let's see that play here. Yeah, there's a nice big pile, a scrum in the middle of the field. The whistle's not blown. But the whistle was blown even though the ball popped out.
I'm not sure if that whistle was blown after the fumble. That's what is kind of confusing me on that play. Looking at the replay, I know you can't hear the audio, but at that time when we were looking at it live, it definitely looked like that ball came out before the play was blown dead.
I agree, but we're 2nd down and 9. Here's a handoff, and it's a keep by Lannis around the end, and he's going to be brought down for a gain of about 5 yards on the carry. Tackle by number 11 on the play. So it looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 5. Big down here for the Newton Falls Tiger defense. Let's see if they can hold. And as we've seen so far tonight, DJ, I think Jackson Milton, have they punted one time?
No, they have not.
No punts, not one all into the entire game. So you can pretty much bet that it's going to be 4 down territory here. So they need 5 yards. It's going to be 2 plays to get 5 yards. Let's see what the defense can do. It's going to be another keep by Landis around the end. And he jumps over a tackler, and it looks like he's got enough for the first down. And it really looks like Jackson Milton is just pounding the ball.
At this point in time, seeing the Newton Falls defense, looks like that they just are not ready for the attack. I mean, we do see them, and they know what the play call is, like we called it earlier. You know what is going to happen. You just have to try to stop it.
And it looks like Jackson Milton is just getting chunk plays. Jackson Milton's coming out in a 4 wide receiver set. Landis is rolling out to his right. Looks like it's going to be a pass. He's got a man open in the flat, and he's hit immediately by Jacob Wright, number 1. And it looks like the pass is going to be complete. Looks like a gain of about 6 on the play. So it's going to be 2nd and 4 for the Blue Jays, and they're in Newton Falls territory.
That was a big hit. He definitely laid the wood on that one.
But it was a clean hit. As you can see, Jake led with his shoulder, which is why thankfully no flags thrown. So let's see what this defense can do. They've got to be starting to get tired here. It's the front line. See what happens at the line of scrimmage here, where the push is.
Looks like Jackson Milton's starting to open up.
A little sidearm pass by number 11, Landis. And the Tigers swarm into the ball, making the tackles, and it looks like they're being ultra aggressive too. It looks like they're trying to rip the ball out, which is smart.
Yes, we definitely need to get a turnover here. Right now, you got Jackson Milton driving. They're switching up their offense a little bit. They went back-to-back with the spread, which is something that they don't normally do, but when they do it, as we've seen, the defense was caught off their toes, and they've gotten a couple completions to lead to first downs.
Yeah, it's been pretty effective so far. Let's see what they do here. 1st and 10 from the Newton Falls 35. So again, we're coming out with a spread. They've got a trip formation wide right. Landis is going to pass. It's a screen pass to number 6, Frankie Prosine. He's tackled immediately by Mitchell Harley and Paul Broderick.
They read that play all day.
They sure did. Great job by the defense on that play. We need more of those type of plays, DJ. We need more plays like that where the players are swarming to the ball. I can tell, you can kind of see it in the third quarter here. So they're kind of starting to get tired. You can kind of see it. Guys are hands on their hips. They're hanging, not really hanging their heads, but you can see they're kind of sucking wind a little bit. Let's see if they can keep up with the Jackson Milton offense.
Well, with what Jackson Milton's doing when they're going to the spread and then going back, they're changing their formations up a little bit, as we see right here. Looks almost like a wing T formation they're going with right here.
And looks like the carry is going to be Lengel, and he bounces to the outside, but gets a gain of about 4 yards on the carry. Jake Wright on the tackle. Yeah, Jackson Milton has switched up quite a bit here in the second half, in this third quarter. They've changed their offense or have run a different variety of plays here, and it does. It seems like it's kind of surprised the Tigers a little bit.
It is. I mean, you can see the defense. They're now looking around a little bit confused, but at the same time, like you were talking about, that swarm on the ball defensive mentality, and now it's a big 3rd and 11, and right now we got Jackson Milton in the spread.
Yeah, we got trips right formation. Let's see what the front line of the Tigers can do here. See if they can get a push and get some pressure on Landis. Landis is dropping straight back in the pocket. He throws out to the right flat, and he's got a man, number 8, wide open for the completion. He dances and is met by 4 Tigers on the play. And we've got another flag. We've got multiple flags on the field. Let's see what the call is on the replay. So he's hit immediately by Mitchell Harley and Jake Wright, and also by Luke Dickey. I don't know, DJ. We got a hold, and a pass interference, and a face mask against number 15 against Mitchell Harley. So the penalty is going to be against Mitchell Harley. I don't know, DJ. I didn't see that in the replay. Did you?
I did not see that at all in the replay. Right now, the referees, I mean, they're calling the game, and you have to, live with what they call. We don't always have to agree with it, but
that's right.
I mean, they make the call on the field.
Well, Jackson Milton is driving here in the third quarter, down by 8 points. Huge drive here to start the third quarter.
Right now, Newton Falls defense just has to stop the bleeding right now.
They're tired. You can see they're tired. There's been a lot of plays here this drive. We got 3 wide receivers to the right again. Jackson Milton spreading it out. Pressure up the middle, and Landis is going to run. He's got some open field, and he gets about a gain of 5. He's down to about the 6-yard line of the Tigers, and it's going to be 2nd and goal for the Blue Jays.
Looks like he got away with a hold in the middle of the field. We go to the replay. It looks like right here, like they're number 76.
Yeah, number 4. I think that's Ian King at nose.
Got away with a hold right there. They didn't call it, but at the same time, like we said, the referees make the calls, and we see it a little bit differently.
Well, here comes the Jackson Milton offense, second and 3 here. They have a chance to get a first down, and they're spreading it out. They've got 3 wide receivers to the left again. It seems to me they're really trying to keep Newton Falls from stacking the box and keeping guys in their face. And there's a big play, and it's going to be a sack by Shane Battison in the backfield. Landis goes down. Great play by Shane Battison, number 80 on the play.
It looks like he came out with the blitz. As you can see, he goes ahead and takes the snap, and right now he doesn't see it, but then out of nowhere, Shane Battison comes out, makes the huge hit for the loss, which the Tiger defense needs right now.
Great play by the defense. That was a huge play. They needed some kind of spark here to get this defense back into this. We got 3rd and 8 now.
I wonder if Jackson Milton's going to stay with the spread.
And they are. It looks like they are spreading them out wide. They have 3 wide receivers to the left on the short side. They're on the left hash. Looks like Landis is rolling to his left, and he's throwing to his left, and there's nobody there. I must have been a miscommunication on that play, DJ. It looks like he was thinking the receiver was going to slant inside, and he didn't.
No, he didn't. I mean, he was throwing to a spot on the field. The receiver didn't make the right cut, and the least that could have happened was an incomplete pass. That could have been and gone the other way as a turnover, but the best thing for the Jackson Milton offense is that it went to an incomplete. Now it's 4th and 8, and I think they're going to continue to go for it just because we haven't seen the kick unit for either the kicking or the punting all game from Jackson Milton.
It's 4 downs. Everywhere's 4 down territory for Jackson Milton. So here they come out again, a 3 wide receiver set. Out to 3 wide receivers wide to the right, and you've got Landis in the backfield with Sean Langle with him. Spreading out the Newton Falls defense. It looks like we've got a delayed handoff, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Jackson Milton Blue Jays. A draw play, which we have not seen all night long. So the Blue Jays go in with 1:16 left in the 3rd quarter to make the score 14-12. On a draw play from Landis to Langle, and that was just a great play call. So here comes Jackson Milton out to the line of scrimmage for the 2-point conversion to try and tie this ball game up here in the 3rd quarter. Same formation, 3 wide receivers wide to the right, Landis and Langle in the backfield. Landis rolls to his right, looks to his right, and the ball is batted down, so it's going to be incomplete. The Tigers hold the lead, 14-12. That was a long drive, DJ.
That was a very long drive, but at the same time, Newton Falls helped them out big time with those penalties. I mean, at the end of the day, you live and die by the penalties at the end of the game, and we're starting to accrue them just like we did in the Waterloo game.
They've got to do better. They've got to be more disciplined and stop helping out the other team.
Right now, this is going to be big for Oyster in the offense.
So with 1:16 left in the 3rd quarter, it is 14-12. The Tigers are holding on to a slim lead against the Jackson Milton Blue Jays as the Blue Jays just drove down here to score. The kickoff return team is getting ready to take the field, as is the Jackson Milton kick team. As I said earlier, DJ, it's a 4-quarter game, and we're getting late in the 3rd quarter now. We're going to see that last quarter. The defenses have to hold. The defenses have to hold their own. This is where conditioning is important. This is where the discipline is important, because when you get tired, you stop thinking. We're going to go down to the field now to Eric Thompson. Eric, down to you.
I have Jordan and Logan. These guys are ball boys for the Newton Falls Tigers. Tell me, how long have you been a ball boy?
I started today.
Today's your first day, and you?
I've been here since last week.
Oh, okay, so this is your 2nd game. Perfect, so you're the senior man on the team, teaching the junior guy.
Yeah.
Perfect. Tell me what you guys do as a ball boy. What are your responsibilities?
Well, all we do is, if it's our offense, we pass the ball in, and if we go up, we get the ball.
So you work with the
Yeah.
in the game?
Yep.
Excellent. Maybe next week you can go help the guys in the booth learn the game. Would you do that? Excellent. Back up to you guys. I have your mentors right here.
Thanks a lot, Eric. We really appreciate it. They're welcome up here anytime. We're happy to show them the ropes, and you got a much better view from up here, I think. We can see the entire field. So on that kickoff, the Tigers, Paul Broderick fielded the kickoff. and brought it out to about the 37-yard line of Newton Falls. So Newton Falls offense comes out 1st and 10. Nick Oyster under center. He's back in the shotgun, actually, but Nick Oyster at quarterback. Let's see what the Tigers are going to do with this drive here in the third quarter. We got a handoff to Paul Broderick in the backfield, and he's brought down immediately. And now we've got another penalty on the field. We've got a Blue Jay down on the field as well. I can't see a number. Looks like it's number 12. Number 12, Jacob Fay. And we've got a penalty on the field as well. Judging by the body language of some of the players on the field. So it's a personal foul call against the Blue Jays. Number 51. So we have an injured Blue Jay down on the field. But it looks like the Tigers are going to benefit from a penalty call here. So the Tigers are on the sideline now. So we've got a down player on the field, as you mentioned, DJ, and it looks like the Tigers and the Blue Jays are both taking a knee here. We've had a pretty interesting game so far, DJ, with the injuries and stuff. A lot of penalties. We're seeing a lot of penalties like we saw last game, and that's not a good thing. What do you think the Tigers need to do to try to mitigate these penalties?
They just have to go ahead and calm down and play their style of football. They're not doing that at this point in time. I mean, what happened earlier in the end of the second half when they ended up getting that big turnover, that should have been a huge momentum boost. It wasn't. Now you go ahead and you see that Jackson Milton scored a quick touchdown, and now Jackson Milton is now motivated to go ahead and do something with this offense, with this defense, especially with the fact that us playing with the second-string quarterback. That is a huge, huge opportunity for the Blue Jays. We did see Oyster do some good things. He did have a lot of good plays. At the same time, negated by penalties. So at that point in time, it's not really helping the Newton Falls offense. What they need to do is just go ahead, get back to what they were doing in the first half, and they can continue to go ahead and, do with this game. But we hear the Boo Birds coming out right now.
And I'll tell you what it is. It looks like Coach Nate Brode out in the middle of the field was arguing with one of the referees. I don't think he was happy with the penalty call I'm not sure if it was the penalty call or if it was the player that he called the penalty on, but they were having a discussion out there, and you could tell our fans weren't happy about it.
Not at all. Not by any means. But at that point in time, now you got Newton Falls in good field position, 1st and 10. Now they're going to have to go ahead and see if they can move this ball down the field.
So we got two wide receivers out wide to left, Adam Honeycutt and Jake Wright, and it's going to be a handoff off the middle to Mitchell. Mitchell Harley's going to carry it, and he's met immediately by 3 Blue Jays. The offensive line's going to have to do a better job than that, DJ.
Yeah, they are. I mean, there's a lot on Nick Oyster's shoulders, so he's going to rely on that offensive line and these tailbacks to go ahead and get him out of a jam. And right now, the Jackson Milton defensive line has stepped up to the call, and we got to go ahead and see what Newton Falls can do here on second down.
So as Newton Falls approaches the line of scrimmage here, we got Shane Battison spread out wide to the left. Honeycutt wide to the right, and here comes Jake. Jake Wright, and it's a handoff, a counter handoff to Mitchell Harley. He's up the middle. He breaks a tackle, and he's out to the 33-yard line of Jackson Milton. Great run by Mitchell Harley, but we have a flag on the play, DJ.
Yet again, we have, look, and it's a hold right now. That was a great play, but at the same time, we don't know exactly where the hold was sprung. It could have been right there with the push in the back. That was just a huge, huge play. All their big plays are getting negated by penalties, and like you were talking about, self-discipline.
It seems like every big play has been called back tonight against the Tigers, and it's really unfortunate. I hope these guys are able to keep their heads up and keep continuing to play hard. We've got an entire quarter left to go. That's the end of the third quarter, actually, with the Tigers leading 14-12 against the Jackson Milton Blue Jays. So we're into the last quarter. We're going to be starting the fourth quarter here pretty soon, and this is where it all counts.
And we're starting with negative yards.
I don't know if the referees see that the clock has actually ran out or not, because they're going to run this play with no clock. The clock's at 0, and they're going to let this play happen. There's no clock, and the referees don't seem to realize it, and the play is happening anyway with a 0 clock. Dominic Hunt can't make the catch. And we've got another flag on the field.
Goodness gracious alive.
And another flag.
Looks like there's a little bit of frustration on the Newton Falls sideline.
Looks like a lot of frustration. It looks like, I don't know, I think Chris Wilcox may have just got thrown out of this game, DJ. Nope, he's coming back. Oh, he's picking up a mouthpiece.
And there's another flag. That's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct. That's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
He's going to end up getting himself suspended from a game.
Yeah, you know, when you go and you start, you know, talking the mouth.
Hey, out of the booth.
There's going to be a lot of frustration going on right now with the Newton Falls players right now. Unfortunately, this is something that they can't have happen.
Okay, so with all these penalty flags on the field, DJ, they ran that play. That play happened with 0 time on the clock. That was an untimed down. I don't know what the referees are going to call here or what the call is going to be on the field, but this is kind of a mess.
This is absolutely a mess. I mean, starting with the self-discipline, you go when you start seeing players start, you know, mouthing off to the refs, it's not going to do anything but hurt the team. And that's exactly what they're doing. The self-inflicted penalties, if that is where the mark-off is going to be, I mean, that's just unacceptable.
From what I can see down here on the field, it looks like I think we may have had a couple players tossed out of this game already. We haven't gotten an official report yet, but the referees are over here talking to the Newton Falls coaches. Both teams are in their huddles on each side of the field. And before that last play, we actually ended the third quarter. So that was a very odd untimed down. I'm not sure if the referees were even aware that there was no clock, that it was untimed. So we're hoping to get some clarification up here and see what's going on.
Well, technically, it's still the end of the third quarter.
You can hear the frustration spilling over into the stands as well. The fans are not happy about this situation. No one seems to know what's going on, and we're not getting a lot of explanations.
Referees are still down talking with the Newton Falls coaches.
I hate to say, DJ, but the referees have had way too much of an impact on this game, and this game has taken a long time now because of all the penalties and the confusion. This shouldn't take this long.
No, not at all. I mean, I don't know, you know, where the ref crew, you know, have they officiated a game before together. I mean, usually you have guys come in crews, but right now we're going to go ahead and see what the penalties are, Brian.
I see a personal foul call. Looks like an ejection.
Personal foul and ejection against the side.
So it does look like number 71, Chris Wilcox, has been ejected from the game for a personal foul. Again, there seems to be a lot of confusion. Both teams are still kind of milling around. Jackson Milton looks like they're getting ready to head back out to the middle of the field. Not getting a lot of signals from anybody as far as what's going on. Looks like Jackson Milton's coach is out on the field as well, trying to get some clarification from the referees.
This is what you absolutely hate to see during a game, is the frustration that's going on. You know, when it comes down to it, you got to just play football.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a game of football. And they're not getting to play, unfortunately. That's the really frustrating part right now. We'll try and get some clarification on what exactly is going on here, what's happening.
Well, we're starting to see the teams take the field now, Brian.
That's good. Good to see.
They're still marking off the ball.
So it looks like the ball is going to be placed all the way back at the Newton Falls 13-yard line. The first down marker is at the Jackson Milton 38-yard line.
Goodness gracious.
It is second and a mile. Let's see what Newton Falls can do here. Hopefully they don't do anything dumb and just try to get some yardage. We're going to have
they
a
got
false
a free
start.
5 yards.
False stats. We'll take anything we can get at this point, DJ. That's
Well, I mean, it was 2nd and 49.
chunk plays. We'll take them however we can get them.
It's still showing zeros
We still
on the
have,
clock.
and that's true. That's right. We do still have all zeros on the clock. I don't know if this is supposed to be an untimed down. We already had one untimed down, but I don't know if it was because of the penalties or they're going to run another untimed down. That's what it looks like. So Oyster's rolling out to his left. He's got a man downfield. He overthrows Jake Wright, number 1.
Almost intercepted. And that completes the 3rd quarter.
I think so. We'll see. Let's wait and see what the call is.
I think it was just an incomplete.
Okay, so we're going to have an official end of our 3rd quarter here.
What an end to the 3rd quarter.
That was some chaos there towards the end of this quarter, and it's been an interesting game to say the least. We've had tons of penalties, some amazing offensive plays, some great defensive plays. Unfortunately, we've had some ejections, and it's just been a very busy game altogether. A lot of laundry on the field all game long.
And like you said, this is a rivalry game in its essence. I mean, you know, like you said, straight down 534. These teams know each other. They talk a lot amongst each other. You know, they have a lot of friends at the other schools. And, you know, you hate to see this kind of game come about as far as a rivalry. But when it comes down to it, I mean, it's not to be expected, but it will show its head sometime, especially in a gritty game like this. It's only 14-12 with a couple of, incompletes, with the, with the
offense?
Yes. With the offense going in for Jackson Milton, I mean, this could easily be a 14-14 game.
And it looks like now that the Newton Falls is coming out to take the field, it looks like number 52 is coming to replace Chris Wilcox at left tackle. Or I'm sorry, left guard. Let's see what the offense can do here on 3rd and 44, DJ. To start the 4th quarter here.
Just get something.
Newton Falls is in 4 wide receiver set, and Newton Falls just jumped off sides.
Well, they gave the 5 yards back.
So here we are in the starting the 4th quarter. Started off with a penalty, but Newton Falls is still holding on to this lead at 14-12 against the Jackson Milton BlueJays. It has been a busy game. Let's see what happens in this 4th quarter. Huge quarter right now.
This game has been somewhat decided by the referees,
which is unfortunate. You never want to see that. You never, as a player, you never want to have the game dictated or controlled by flags. So here comes Newton Falls offense. Nick Oyster takes a snap. He's got pressure in his face, and he throws the ball deep. And it's going to be picked off by number 6. And we've got another penalty on the play. It's going to be on number 1, Jake Wright, after the interception. I take that back. That was number 8 from Jackson Milton. That was Michael Liberato on the interception.
That was a frustration play.
And yeah, Jake Wright's a senior. Jake Wright's a senior, and you can tell the frustration. He's not known for that. He's usually a pretty calm person, staying pretty composed, and I think it's all starting to boil over for all of these players. You can kind of see it on the Newton Falls sideline. There's a lot of frustration right now, DJ.
Oh, yeah, this game is real chippy, and it got real chippy at the end of that 3rd quarter with those huge penalties, and now basically, you know, in essence, a punt on 3rd down, and then you get a 15-yard flag. You're just, you know, giving Jackson Milton opportunity after opportunity, and this is not going to be, you know, good for the Newton Falls defense.
This is not what you want to see. As I mentioned before, Chris Wilcox is out, so Aiden Knight is taking his spot at left end on the defensive line. Let's see what the Tigers can do if they can get a push here. And the handoff's going to be right up the middle to Sean Langle, number 24, and he's going to get a big gain of about 7 yards on 1st down. So just as we talked about all game, it's one of the key points of the game, DJ, was the fact that we knew Jackson Milton was going to run the ball a lot, run it all game long, and this is when it was really going to matter, is in the 4th quarter.
Oh, yeah, and they took it to the 4th quarter, and that's exactly what they're doing.
And here comes another handoff, again, straight up the middle to number 24, Sean Langle.
This game actually changed also, Brian, when, you know, the injury of Ivan Howard. That was huge for this offense.
That change, I believe it really changed the entire complexion of this game. because he seemed like he had a pretty good control of the situation. It seemed like he was playing pretty solid.
Oh, yeah, he came out. He was firing on all cylinders. He made some good reads, made some good throws, had a couple of quarterback keeps, ended up getting some yards on the ground. That's what you expect of him. And then, unfortunately, the injury bug came out.
So we're 2nd and 7 here. Newton Falls defense is they're just, as DJ mentioned earlier, they're just trying to stop the bleeding right now. They're trying to make some stops, just trying to keep this offense out of the end zone, because they know it's 4-down territory. It's been 4-down territory all over the field all game long. Jackson Milton hasn't even threatened to try and punt the ball. They're just going to go. They're going to go for it no matter where they are.
Yeah, they apparently have no kicking game whatsoever as far as field goals, PATs, or punting. They're going to just keep the ball on the ground and do what they do best, and that's pound you in the mouth.
Yeah, they're playing percentages. Hasn't been in their favor, though, today. That's why they're down by 2 right now. Haven't converted on either of their scores. So 3rd and 4 now. Huge down for the Tigers. And it's going to be a handoff to number 15 right up the middle, and he's stuffed. He's going to be stuffed for, looks like, no gain on the play. So another huge down. Here we go. 4th down. It's going to be 4th down and 4 for Jackson Milton. And they're on the Newton Falls 13-yard line trying to score.
Yes, Jackson Milton in the red zone. They're right now 4th and 4. This is a huge opportunity for the defense to try to win that momentum battle. Right now they are down, they are frustrated, and you can see that all over the players, and you can see that Jackson Milton is taking advantage. Right now, this is where Newton Falls can go ahead and stop the bleeding. They need to get a stop right here.
Let's see what happens here on 4th and 4. Power set, single running back. And they were able to draw the Tigers off sides. They've been doing it all game, and they were able to draw Dom Hunt off sides. So it's going to be 1st and goal now for the Blue Jays. So with 9:24 in the 4th quarter, Jackson Milton just picked up another 1st down on a penalty by the Tigers. Got to be frustrating.
Oh yeah. You can see the frustration on the players sitting there smacking themselves in the head. You know, that's something that you don't want to show your opponent. You don't want to show the offense that, because now the offense has nothing but momentum.
Here comes Jackson Milton in a power set on 1st down. They're going to hand to the motion man, and he's going to go in for the score. Jackson Milton scores, and they're going to take the lead. 18-14. Jackson Milton has taken their first lead of the game on a rushing touchdown with 8:58 left in the 4th quarter. So Jackson Milton has taken their first lead of the game.
Right now we're going to go ahead here to the replay where you see it's a simple handoff, and now marking off the ball.
So as we expected, Jackson Milton's going to come out and try to go for 2, it looks like. Let's go down to Eric Thompson on the field.
Thanks, guys. You know, the mood down here is really somber, and until that score by Jackson Milton just now, Newton Falls had not been trailing all 8 quarters of football this season. Mood here on the field, on the sideline, and in the stands behind me is like they were losing by a lot. Understand it. I've never seen a play after play after play go off with 0 time on the clock. I've seen more flags on the field than any other game I've ever seen. The whole thing is just perfect.
That's right, Eric. We absolutely agree with everything you just said there. And you could tell just by watching the team walk off the field there after Jackson Milton was able to convert their first conversion of the game on all 3 of their scores. That was the first one they were successful on. You can see the difference in the energy between Jackson Milton and Newton Falls. Jackson Milton's team was super pumped up, running off to the sideline. Newton Falls team hanging their heads, walking off slowly. And yeah, you can tell. I think when Ivan went out of the game, when Ivan Howard went out of the game, it kind of demoralized the team. And now, like you said before, like Eric had said, before Newton Falls gave up that last score, it seemed like they were already losing. It felt like they already felt like they were losing it. They were going to give up that score. That's not the kind of attitude that you need. And as you see the kickoff return team taking the field, they're kind of walking out slow, and the energy's not real good, DJ.
No, it really isn't. But this is where Coach Gillespie is going to go ahead and, sit him down. He had him on the sidelines. Go ahead and talk to him like, hey, guys, there's still 8:58 left in this game. You're only down by 6. We can convert on our extra points, which can put us potentially up 21-20. We are not out of this game by any means. All you have to do is settle down, get over that bad set that you had, and just go ahead and execute how you execute. Go ahead and get Mitchell Harley the ball. Go ahead and get Jacob Wright the ball. Get Paul Broderick the ball. Go ahead and don't put too much pressure on Oyster. If you go ahead and you take some of that pressure off to where he's thinking that he has to do so much in order to bring the team back, there's a lot of time left in this game. They do have a lot of time to go ahead, keep the ball on the ground, and then go ahead and start playing the time management game.
And we've got a whistle. So the referees stopped the game, stopped the kickoff to tell Newton Falls sideline to back up a little bit. So Jackson Milton's going to kick this ball off here with 8:58 left to go after they have just taken their first lead of the game against the Newton Falls Tigers here at Tiger Stadium. It's 20-14 in the fourth quarter with Newton Falls preparing to receive the kickoff. So now we've got another flag on the field. And it looks like it's going to be offsides against the kicking team, is my guess. But at this point, DJ, it's anybody's guess.
It really is. I mean, this crew has been throwing out more laundry than anything I've seen. So, I mean, it's a good penalty. I mean, the Tigers actually got one.
They benefited from one. So that's going to be an offside penalty. It's a 5-yard penalty against the Blue Jays, and we're going to re-kick this one here. Hopefully somebody from the Tigers will field this kick.
They need to crunch up. They need to scoot up. Go ahead and instead of having your deep man back at the 25, move him up to the 30. This kicker has not kicked anything over, 25, 30 yards all game. Go ahead and just creep up. Now, I would suggest a shift with the fact that he is kicking over to the left side.
It seems kind of odd. He's actually kicking to Harley. I think he wants Harley to return. I'm okay with that. What about you?
Oh, absolutely. That would be the one person you want to keep it away from.
So here comes 24, Sean Langle, the running back, and also place kicker for the Blue Jays, getting ready to kick this one off, and he does. And he actually does kick it. He must have heard me. Kicked it to the other side, and we're going to get a kick out of bounds. So that penalty I do understand, DJ, and that one totally makes sense and is totally expected.
Oh, that was a pretty easy call right there. Not with all the confusion that we had earlier. This one is just a kickoff out of bounds. Go ahead and take the ball at the marked place, and let's see what this offense can do.
So this may be the biggest offensive series for the Newton Falls Tigers so far this season in this young season. Let's see what young Nick Oyster, number 14, can do at quarterback. Let's see if he can get some good quality snaps and just get some momentum. Try to get his ball carriers and his playmakers the ball in space. Let them make some plays and try to get some of the confidence back that they had in the first half of this game.
That's what it is. It just is. This drive right here is going to be a confidence builder. This one right here, I feel, in my personal opinion, is going to be a make or break possession. You go ahead and you start chipping away. You have a lot of time left, 8:58 left on the clock. And this is the situations that people actually yearn for, just because of the fact that this is going to show your power. This is going to show what you're going to have and leave it all on the field. And right now, Newton Falls actually couldn't be in a better position with to go ahead and lead the drive down and the score at the end of the game. That would be amazing for this team and for the fans here after seeing what happened earlier.
That would be a fantastic way to finish this game off. We can only hope that's what's going to happen, and that's what plays out here with a little less than 9 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter here. Tigers against the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays have just taken their first lead of the game a few minutes ago. Let's see what Nick Oyster, number 14 at quarterback, can do here with the Tigers and see if he can lead them down the field and lead them to a score.
Let's just try not to get a penalty.
That would be great. That'd be great if we could just get one drive without any penalties, without any flags on a play. And the referees are still out in the field. They are taking an inordinate amount of time here with these calls. Honestly, in my opinion, DJ, I really feel like this is affecting the flow of the game and affecting the players on the field.
Oh, it is. This is a huge momentum killer. When you have the referees dictating the game, this just does not look. They didn't even have the change set up.
Yeah, and they're still, the crew right now is. The referees are kind of standing around talking to each other. This is very confusing. I don't know, in my years of watching football and playing football myself, have I seen this much confusion apparently on the field?
No, not at all. I mean, the referee still had his flag out. You still had them trying to figure out what was actually going on. And now we finally have the game moving about.
So Nick Oyster's going to keep this one, tuck that ball away. He's running with the ball in his hand, and he's going to get jersey tackled on the sideline. And we're in Jackson Milton territory with the carry by Nick Oyster, number 14. He carried it. It looked like it was supposed to be a screen pass, DJ.
And now what I want to see here, Brian, on the replay is as we're going to the replay, what I would like to see is if the tackle, let me go ahead and let's focus on the tackle. As you see, he's going ahead and he breaks open. He ends up being a broken play. He ends up getting a scramble. He ends up doing a good job, maneuvering through the defense. And right here at the end, when he goes and grabs the jersey, I mean, he ended up getting a jersey tackle, but it was enough for the Tiger first down. Which
is exactly what the Tigers need. So we're in Jackson Milton territory right now. And a counter handoff to Mitchell Harley, right up the middle, number 15. Great play by Harley. That's the Tiger bread and butter right there, and it seems like they need to get back to that.
Yes, as you go ahead and you see Harley go ahead and take this. After Oyster takes the snap, you see the direct handoff going to Mitchell Harley, and what he does is what he does best. Get north and south, get above them tackles, and go ahead and do what you can, big man. Do what you do.
Straight downhill, that's what we need to see. That's what we need, positive yardage, positive plays. So the Tigers come out with 3 wide receiver set. Let's see what Nick Oyster can do here. Broderick motions left to right. Oyster's going to keep it again, and he's going to be hit and tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Hard to say if that was a design run play or if that was a broken play, DJ, but he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
It kind of looked like a broken play up here from the booth. What I will say is that Oyster needs to tuck that ball in, holding it like a loaf of bread. That's how fumbles occur, and you definitely can't afford one right now.
No, we cannot afford a turnover right now. And, yeah, I think that's a little bit of his age showing, a little bit of inexperience showing that you've got to tuck that ball away. You see that with some of these stars in the college and NFL that run like that sometimes. And it's I think it can be a bad influence sometimes, and the younger guys tend to do it. Let's see what the Tigers can do here. 3 wide outs, split wide to the right on 3rd down. Oyster makes a beautiful pass to Shane Battison on a slant, but we've got a flag in the backfield.
That might be a roughing right there.
What a beautiful slant. What a beautiful pass by Nick Oyster, number 14, out to number 80. Shane Battison on the reception and the first down.
It's just a simple slant pattern going right here. As you see, Oyster takes a couple step drop, releases the ball, gets it to his receiver for the first down. And at the end of that replay, you definitely did see the roughing because the ball was clearly released. Oyster took a shot, but he got up and said, "Come at me, big ball."
A little flex there from Oyster, number 14 on the play. And that's what happens, DJ. If you notice the footwork there from Oyster, when you set your back foot and throw, you drive through the ball. That's exactly what happens. A nice, accurate pass. Battison was able to pull it in for the first down, and Oyster got roughed up. So we'll take that. We'll take those extra yards. It's 1st and 10 now for the Tigers from the 17-yard line of the Blue Jays. Let's see what the Tigers can do here on 1st down. It's going to be another handoff to Mitchell Harley. He's got some space. He busted it to the outside. 5, touchdown Tigers! Mitchell Harley on the carry.
That's exactly what you needed to do, Brian. That's what I'm talking about. Did you see how they got it to the big man Harley? He puts it on his back, and he says, "Give me the rock. I'm going to take you to the promised land."
Exactly. Just what we talked about pregame. We talked about it all during the game. Mitchell Harley has been putting this team on his back. He's been the bell cow for this team. Look at his vision, running north and south. Behind Paul Broderick, his blockers, his offensive line, and Adam Honeycutt blocking down the field against 24 Sean Langle that breaks him free. Great job by Harley. DJ, I'm going to be honest here, after watching that replay, I'd really like to see Harley not stick that ball out like that. I'd like to see him just tuck it in and take it into the end zone. Extra point is up, and the extra point is good. The Tigers take the lead, 21-20, led by junior quarterback Nick Oyster, and on the running of Mitchell Harley, number 15. Great job, Tigers. Now it's time to play some defense.
This is what it all comes down to. They came with an early score. They ended up coming back. Jackson Milton thought they had the momentum coming in. A couple things went good for the Tigers. Ended up getting a beautiful play with the penalty. That was huge. After that, Mitchell Harley carried him to the end zone. Now let's see what this defense can do.
This is it right here. There's 7 minutes left. It's a ton of time, DJ. A ton of time for the Jackson Milton offense. We know they have a potent running attack. We know they like to run the ball. They came out also showing that they were going to pass here in the second half, and were relatively successful with that. But they're probably going to stick to the run. What do you think? Do we think Newton Falls defense is going to be able to hold here with this little momentum shift that they just got from the offense?
Oh, absolutely. Right now, your offense was in dire straits earlier. Coming off of that disastrous third quarter at the end of it. And now for Jackson Milton to come and take the lead, and now with 7 minutes left in the game, when they had adversity facing them, Newton Falls mustered up the strength, got into the end zone. Now your defense has to come in through for you. They have to come through for you right here. And it's nothing bigger for the defense than the offense to get off the field. And now you say, defense, let's go.
It's on the defense now as Cameron Hankins gets ready to tee this one up and send it back over to the Jackson Milton Blue Jays here with 7:08 left in the fourth quarter with the Newton Falls Tigers leading 21-20. Hankins sends it off to the 20-yard line to number 8. He's got a lane, and he's going to be hit by a couple Tigers, taken down on the play. Great job, Tigers, taken down by number 10. Adam Honeycutt on the play. Great job, Tigers. So now the Blue Jays are going to take over possession now at around the 37 or 38 yard line. And they've got a little under 7 minutes right now to try and drive the length of the field and score.
Right now, though, Brian, this game just played into Jackson Milton's hands. They are a ground and pound team. They know for a fact that they can go ahead and keep the ball on the ground. They are not forced to pass, which I'm very surprised in seeing them coming out in the spread formation, especially right now with your bread and butter working so well for you to go back in the spread. Let's see what they do.
Landis is going to drop back to pass, and he throws a sidearm bullet that he throws a little bit short of his receiver, and we have an incomplete pass. Number 22 on the intended receiver on the play. Incomplete. That's sidearm. He's got that sidearm throw, really trying to thread that needle.
Oh, yeah, he threw that on a line right there. Unfortunately, he ended up throwing his man short, or his man overran the route.
So let's see what the Tiger defense does here on second down. This is the time right now in the fourth quarter when you've got a team that runs the ball as much as Jackson Milton does, and the Tigers have a 1-point lead. This is what separates the men from the boys right here. This is when you really put it out all on the line. You play 4 quarters, 48 minutes. Let's see what they can do here. Landis is going to pass. He's going to drop back. He's going to try and tuck it and run, and he's going to get sacked in the backfield by number 80, Shane Battison. Pressured by number 88, Bryce Moran. Great play by the Tigers on that defensive play.
What did we just talk about? We talked about your defense stepping up for you. Right here, you go ahead and see them in the spread formation. Next thing you know, comes off the block, bam, there he goes. Good hit, good clean hit, no laundry on the field. You just put them in a 3rd and 12 when they just ran 2 plays out of the spread. So now you're basically forcing them back into the spread.
That was exactly what we wanted to see and what we talked about at the beginning of the game. The big matchup between the left tackle, Logan Pugh, and the right defensive end for the Tigers, number 88, Bryce Moran, who was able to get past his man on that play and force the pressure, make the quarterback step up right into Shane Battison. So we got a screen pass out to the left-hand side and picked up by Brant Bungard and slammed to the ground. What a great play by number 3, Brant Bungard on 3rd down. Read that play beautifully, DJ.
That defense has stepped up. What did we just say? We said that the offense comes off and they will help the defense, as you can see right here. He goes a bit, takes the snap, goes ahead, runs a little screen pass, but then, the defense is already right there just waiting for him, and then say, you're going to hit the ground, big fella.
Fantastic open field tackle by Brant Bungard. That's exactly what you need in an open field against a shifty running back like Langle. And it looks like we're going to see a punt from Jackson Milton, DJ.
This is going to be the first punt they've had all night. Got to watch for the fake.
And they're going to punt. It's a real punt. The ball is away, and everyone's just going to get away from it, which is the smart play right now. Every second that ticks off that clock is a benefit for Newton Falls, DJ.
Oh, yeah, this is huge right here. That offense came out. They were fired up, and now you have this. Now you have that defense come out, back you, and now you got the offense back on the field, especially after the offense had so much success. Now Oysters settled down. Harley's doing his thing. Now we're going to go ahead and see if Newton Falls can continue with this huge momentum shift that just took place.
So with 5:16 left in the fourth quarter, the Newton Falls Tigers are leading again over the Jackson Milton Blue Jays, 21-20. Fourth quarter, 1st and 10. Nick Oyster, who came in for the injured Ivan Howard, who we have not got an official report on yet, but we believe it's some kind of an injury to his collarbone, who went out in the first half of the game. Nick Oyster has come in, and here the Tigers have a chance to seal this victory right now with this drive with a couple first downs. The give's going to be to Harley right up the middle. He's going to get met by a handful of Blue Jays right at the line for a short gain, maybe 1, maybe 2 yards.
I do see Oyster playing with so much more confidence now.
Second down.
So as everyone knows, Newton Falls is known for many things. One of those things is our beautiful waterfall here in town. And the most impressive thing that you can see in the background there of this shot is our water tower. It's newly been lit up on game nights when we play home. It's been lit up orange to celebrate and support the Newton Falls Tigers. And that's great to see. So the Tigers are up 21-20 against the Blue Jays. Let's see what they can do here on second down. It's going to be a counter play. And we're going to have another flag on the field, which is becoming pretty standard here, DJ.
Yeah, I mean, we've had more laundry out on the field than a laundromat. This is getting a little ridiculous.
I'm anxious to see at the end of this game what the total tallies are going to be on penalties, penalty count, penalty yardage. It's going to be, I think it might be record-breaking, honestly.
Yeah, this is definitely matching with last week's game against Waterloo.
So it looks like it's going to be a holding penalty against the Tigers with 4:31 left here in the fourth quarter. So again, we're going to be playing second and long here. It looks like about second and 20 on the play.
This is the second time that they've been in deep territory, but the first time, you know, they almost pulled their way out of it. Let's see if they can do it here.
First downs are the name of the game right now. That's exactly what the Tigers need. Oyster's going to roll to his right. He's got some pressure. He stops. He's looking for a receiver. He's got nobody downfield. He just chucks it downfield. And Luke Dickey has to play defense. And we're going to get a pass interference call? Another penalty.
Goodness gracious alive.
We'll see what the call is. Honestly, DJ, I'd like to see Oyster be, again, I think it's a little bit of his inexperience and his youth showing a little bit. You're better off just throwing that one out of bounds.
Yeah,
There's no point in chucking that down the sideline like that and having an opportunity for an interception by the other team. That's not a smart play. We need smart plays here and hang on to this lead. Just run, or actually even you could just run the ball, keep it in bounds, and keep that clock running.
That's what I was very surprised with right here. I would be for sure that they would go ahead and get the ball on the ground to Harley or Broderick, and they chose to go ahead with the pass. And then, like you said, the happy feet came from Oyster, and next thing you know, he ended up chucking the ball almost to an interception. Looks like the penalty has been declined, and now they're going, it's going to be... Oh, so it was going to be a pass interference on that call there, Brian.
So we've got back-to-back penalties on the Tigers. We had a holding call, and then we had a pass interference penalty on that play against, I believe, number 21, Luke Dickey, who was kind of forced into a position to have to play defense to try to break up the interception. So you can't really fault him for trying to make that play.
That was a basketball kind of play right there. Go ahead and knock it down.
So here come the Tigers with 4:05 left. And the clock right now is either your friend or your enemy, DJ. The Blue Jays need the ball back, and the Tigers need that clock to run out.
Oh, yeah. I'm very surprised to see the Tigers in a 5-wide set right here. You would think that they would go ahead and keep the ball on the ground, but, you know, we're not the coaches. We'll go ahead and see what they can do.
Well, what I've noticed this with the Blue Jays as well, and I have a feeling that what they're trying to do is just spread out the inside of the defense, try to keep those guys, instead of having 6 or 8 guys packed into the box, they're trying to get the coverage spread out a little bit, give them a little bit of room. Let's see if the Tigers can take advantage because we have so much talent at our skill positions. See if somebody can make a play here, including Nick Oyster. So here we go, 3rd and 20. The Blue Jays jumped. Tigers are able to draw the Blue Jays offsides. That has been another storyline of the game. These teams have been drawing each other's offsides all game long, it seems.
Well, now having a different quarterback in, you know, he's got a different snap count. So, you know, when you get so used to one snap count and then you switch to the other, it's very easy to go ahead and draw those offsides.
So that penalty was on Jacob Fay, number 12. That helps the Tigers out a little bit better position now, 3rd and 15. Still not where they want to be, but let's see what they do here. It looks like we've got a timeout, Tigers.
Timeout, Tigers.
Although I will say it looks like the Tigers were a little confused by that timeout. It didn't look like they called the timeout, but they're coming over to the sideline.
That could have possibly been called from the sideline.
This has been a fantastic game so far on the field. if we take away all the penalties and take away all the flags, take away the ref interaction in the game, this has been a really fantastic game. There's been a ton of huge plays, a ton of big plays. Some got called back, some didn't. But the playmakers that we talked about at the beginning of the game have really had an impact.
They really have, with the Mitchell Harleys, with even Nick Oyster now coming out and showing himself on the scene. Paul Broderick, Shane Battison. There's been the normal names that we've been calling, and now going into with 4 minutes left, 3rd and 15. This is going to be huge right here for the Newton Falls offense.
Yeah, luckily they have a little bit of confidence. Let's see what they can do here. 3rd and 15, even if they can just get a nice chunk to give their punter a little bit of space to get the ball away, eat up a little bit more clock. I have a feeling that if they don't get some yardage on this play, if the clock runs, they're going to call a timeout. Oyster's going to throw it deep. He's got a man, and it's going to be picked off. Picked off by number 6. And that's Frankie Prosy. We've called his name out several times. The pass was intended for number 11, Paul Broderick. And this is exactly what we were just talking about, DJ. That was a dangerous pass by Oyster. He's just kind of chucking it up Hail Mary style. That's not what you want to see from your quarterback.
No, especially if he was in that tight of coverage like Broderick was in. That was the 3rd time so far that we've seen that Broderick had a man on him tight man coverage, and Oyster has undershot him each time. It was very surprising. They also went to the short side of the field. I mean, you have 3 receivers on the other side. I understand that that's his non-throwing side, his non-dominant arm, but you want to go ahead and get him stretched out if you're going to go ahead and attempt something like that.
So now we're putting the pressure back on the defense here with 3:56 left in the 4th quarter. Jackson Milton's got the ball on their own 45-yard line. And it's going to be a handoff right to the middle. He's hit immediately, but no, the quarterback, Landis, has kept it. He's turned it outside and actually is able to get a gain of 5 on the play. Looked like that was some sort of an option. He actually pulled the ball back out after his running back was hit in the backfield.
At the very last minute, because it looked like that was going to be a tackle for loss, and then all of a sudden you see him go ahead and Landis start scrambling out, and he ended up turning a negative into a positive.
Great pressure by the defensive line of the Tigers. Let's see if they can keep that energy up. We got a little under 3.5 minutes left to go. It's all on the line right here. This is under center. Motion, it's going to be a jet. And the time to make the play short of the first tackle by Jay on the carry. And there seems to be some jawing going on down there on the field. Let's hope the Tigers can stay stupid penalties here in this 4th quarter of the drive.
No, not at all, especially is Newton Falls' friend right now, the timeout. So you got to get some stops here to go ahead and, get them to start burning those timeouts now.
So here comes Jackson Milton out in their triple I stack. Looks like Newton Falls is showing blitz, and that's exactly what they do. A lot of bodies up the middle. Langle's Langle still on his feet and is able to get all 22-yard line on the carry for a first down. It looked like Langle was going to be grabbed and tackled behind the line of scrimmage, right at the line of scrimmage, but was able to bounce outside, get away from some tacklers, and get a big gain.
Hey, we expected him to have a big game, all game. We called his name out in the pregame, and now he's starting to show exactly why he was high up on their depth chart. He going ahead, big boy right there, breaking tackles like we were earlier. Newton Falls getting a little bit tired. Now is when the men are separated from the boys, and we see Langle is that man right now.
Let's see what the Tiger defense can do here on first down. Blue Jays have the ball. It's a handoff to Langle up the middle again. He's hitting the backfield but breaks another tackle. He's hit and down after a gain of about 4 yards. The clock is still, we got about a minute 50 left in the 4th quarter. The Blue Jays are drawing. Tigers are holding on to the lead by 1.
They're surprised right now that
they went back up for them. They're going to try and fall. Out of field calling the timeout. So Milton's going to their first timeout of the second half. They have 2 left with 1:27 left in the 4th quarter. Slight lead, 21-21. Milton. It is crazy, DJ.
Go ahead, let out a minute, and that's exactly what they're giving us right. Minute 27 left. Jackson Milton ball in the 19, second and 6, 2 timeouts left. Newton Falls defense needs to step up huge this time because now this is where the game is won in the red zone.
This is everything right now. Somebody on Newton Falls defense needs to step up and make a big play. A turnover would be great, a fumble, something along those lines would be fantastic. But somebody needs to step up and make a big, huge play here and take over the defense for the top. Jackson Milton still has 2 of their timeouts left with 1:27, so they have control of the clock. Newton Falls is going to have to make a play. Somebody on defense is going to have to make a play. Everybody in the stands, as I'm looking around the bleachers, people are either standing or are they on the edge of their seats to see what's going to happen here. We're going to get a sweep and a gain of about 2 yards on the play. The clock continues to run. I kind of get the feeling, DJ, that if they don't get the first down, they may kick a field goal here.
I would not see that come from Jackson Milton. Look at their kick game, and they had 1 punt. They have not attempted an extra point at whatsoever. This is going to be
4
in
downs.
the end zone. This is 4 down territory. It's either end zone or bust.
And they're gonna get the first down here on this carry. And they're gonna take a timeout with 48 seconds left to go. They are going to be first, looks like first and goal from the Newton Falls 10. This is where it's all at right here, DJ. 48 seconds left to go.
You couldn't ask for a better game than this. The game is literally coming down to the wire, and it looks like the clock is still running.
They did not call a timeout. They did not, I take that back. They did not call a timeout. They're gonna run another play on first and goal. Triple I stack. Good pressure from the defense. The pass and open to the back of the end zone. It's Prosy.
Touchdown.
And the signals touchdown. Prosy makes the catch in the back of the end zone, number 6.
They did not expect that whatsoever. As soon as he came off the line, that guy was free. They had nobody. They were expecting the run, and they sold it and ending up with 6.
Yeah, the Tigers sold out on the run on that one, and Jackson Milton saw it coming. And Prosy made some catches tonight, and that was one of them. A diving catch in the back corner of the end zone. Great pass by Landis on that one. And you can see it in the new.
We got tough give up. I mean, the end game, basically a buzzer beater. Right now, we're going to go ahead and see if Jackson Milton can go.
They're going to try for the conversion. They're up 26-21 with 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here comes the hand to Langle, and it looks like he's going to be stopped short of the conversion. So the lead is going to be 5. And the Tigers are going to receive the ball here with 25 seconds left and 2 timeouts. So let's see what young Nick Oyster and this Newton Falls offense can do and see what Coach Mike Gillespie has up his sleeve.
They came out a little bit flat on the last possession. Right now, they need to go back to the possession before that. Go ahead, utilize, you got 2 timeouts. Go ahead and utilize some slants. Go ahead and utilize some routes to go out of bounds. You do not want to go ahead and keep the ball on the ground with this little bit of time. Oyster's going to have to step up and step up real big. He's going to have to take those other throws behind him. I mean, he did just have an interception. That's okay. Go ahead and put that on the back burner. You're going to have to go ahead and step up big for your team right now. This is a big situation to be in.
Yeah, Nick Oyster, we're going to have to get some chunk plays here. We're talking big chunk plays and in a hurry. There can't be any short runs, can't be any short passes. And as the kick return team takes the field, they look a little disheartened, and rightfully so. Here comes Jackson Milton's kicking team, taking the field with number 24, putting the ball on the tee. Sean Lingle's going to be kicking off here to the Tigers. Let's see what the Tigers can do. Game's not over till it's over, DJ. There's still 25 seconds left.
Oh, that's a lot of time, but at the same time, it's not a lot of time. I mean, it's a double-edged sword.
Absolutely.
Because right now, you are only down by 5. Their kicking game is not that strong. You go ahead and you get some yards out of here, and they end up getting a decent return. 25 seconds is a lot of time.
How about a return for a touchdown? We got a fair catch. Fair catch by Adam Honeycutt, number 10, on the kickoff. Not sure if I agree with a fair catch on that play, DJ. You need as many yards as you can possibly get.
Yeah, that was a little. that was returnable. I mean, you did kind of hurt your offense at that point in time, but you did save the clock. So with reasonable clock management, you can get about 3 downs out of that 25 seconds. You do have 2 timeouts, so that they do have that to look forward to. But as you were saying, chunk plays, you can't nickel and dime this. You're going to have to get 10, 20, 30 yards out of one play.
Yeah, you're not going to be probably not going to be able to get it all at once, but you're going to need to get more than just a couple yards. So let's see what Nick Oyster here and the Newton Falls offense can do. They're coming out in a spread offense, 5 receiver set, 3 wide receivers spread wide to the right. They're on the right hash. Let's see what young Nick Oyster can do. He's going to step up in the hole, and he's hit, and he's still got the ball. He's still running. He gets out of bounds. He runs out of bounds at about the 45-yard line of Newton Falls. About 7 seconds came off the clock on that play. Not a bad play. He was able to slip up through the pocket. He had protection, but it didn't look like he had anybody open downfield.
No, he definitely didn't have anybody open downfield. That's open so well for him. The pass blocking was really good on that play. He just decided to step it up, go ahead, gain what he can gain, and get out of bounds. That was a very smart play by the young quarterback.
So Newton Falls comes up to the line of scrimmage, again in a 5 wide receiver set, empty backfield. This is probably what we're going to see the rest of this quarter for the last 17 seconds. And looks like Oyster's going to run again, and he's going to get out of bounds. And another 5 seconds off the clock. They're getting some yards, DJ, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
You're going ahead, and right now what Oyster's doing is he is taking some chunk plays out like we were talking about earlier. You said you didn't need to go ahead and get everything at once, but get something on something, which he did right here. He took a couple of snaps right out of here. Very smart play by the young quarterback. Went out of bounds, got the first down. 12 seconds left. Way more manageable to go ahead and pass down here.
So Newton Falls has the ball in Jackson Milton territory at the 42-yard line. Snaps back. Oyster's looking to his left, and he's going to step up in the pocket, and he's going to get sacked.
They need to take a quick timeout.
They took a quick timeout. 6 seconds left. This looks like it might be the last play of the game here, DJ.
Okay, now he just went to that one too many times. At that point in time, he should have went ahead and released the ball. 6 seconds. This looks like this is going to be the last play of the game.
Oyster looked like he might have got a little rattled on that play as well. Got up a little bit slow. 6 seconds left in the quarter here. This is going to probably be it for the Tigers. We have one more timeout, but unless this play happens real quick, I don't know. What do you think? Maybe hook and ladder?
You got to pull something out of your hat. I mean, this would definitely be time to pull out an abracadabra.
They need to do something. Let's see what Coach Gillespie, longtime coach here in Newton Falls, he's got lots of experience. Let's see what he's got in his bag of tricks. We need something. We need to see what this Newton Falls offense can do. They've been really hurt tonight by injuries and some ejected players, penalties. It's been an up and down game, DJ.
Oh, yeah, it's been a frustrating game, but it's actually been a really good game. With the exception of what happened in the end of the third quarter, this has actually been a well-fought game. It's very well contested, and you know for a fact that they're going to go ahead and leave it all out here. 6 seconds left. See what you can do.
So here come the Tigers to the ball. Here comes Jackson Milton line up in the line of scrimmage for what might be the last play of the game. 6 seconds left. Newton Falls trails the Blue Jays 26-21. Snap is back. And that's going to be incomplete, and that's going to be the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. No flag on the play when there actually should have been a flag on the play, DJ. Late hit on the quarterback, and they didn't call it this time.
The one time that the referees had a valid reason to throw the flag, they did.
Well, unfortunately, at the end of the game, the Tigers were not able to come up with the victory. Came up short, a hard-fought game, 26-21, Jackson Milton Blue Jays over the Newton Falls Tigers at Newton Falls Tiger Stadium. As the teams meet in the middle of the field to line up and congratulate each other on a hard-fought game. Let's hopefully have some good sportsmanship and some class from the Tigers and from the Blue Jays on what was a hard-fought game.
That was a very tough game. I think that, in my opinion, I think the turn of the game happened when Howard went down. They really lost their leader of the team. They went and called on a young Nick Oyster to go ahead and come in and command the game, and that was the big momentum shift for the Tigers.
I'm going to have to agree with you big time on that one, DJ. I think that was 100% what the issue was, or where it kind of all started. you know, Ivan Howard came out and looked like he was playing really, really sharp. He was really in tune. The offense seemed to be moving the ball really, really well. And then he goes down with an injury, and it seems like the offense, even though Nick Oyster came out and seemed to do pretty well in his first possession, so we'd like to take a quick moment here to thank all of our sponsors for the game and thank them. We really appreciate it. The Newton Falls Touchdown Club, good luck seniors. We really appreciate it. Brant Bungard, have a great season from the Bungard family. Vote for Sandra Braymeyer for the 4th Ward Council. Thank you to the Buckeye Welder Sales and Robert E. Lance. Contact them for all your welding needs. Thank you to Chic Salon. We really appreciate your support. Thank you to Clonch & Sons Excavating. Again, if you need any excavating, contact them. And thank you again to Ed's Barbershop. We really appreciate the sponsorship. Thank you to Grunder Contracting and Tile. Visualize the creativity. And also thank you to Howland Alarm. We really appreciate it. Contact them today for all your alarm needs. Elect Jennifer Young-Urbania for Township Fiscal Officer. And also re-elect John Baryak for 2nd Ward City Council, paid for by the candidate. And also Crop Photography. Visit us at cropphotography.com. Also, thank you to our sponsor, Nancy Hoffman, for Newton Falls City Council Ward 2. And also Mi Amigo, fantastic restaurant right downtown. Go see them for some tacos and margaritas. And Stone Mulch and More, excavating and landscaping. Thank you so much for your sponsorship. Substop, we really appreciate the sponsorship of the team and supporting Newton Falls Tigers. And as always, Tiger Den Pizza fed the team last night. We really appreciate it. Keep up the sponsorship, guys. It really means a lot to the team and to the community. We really, really appreciate it. So, DJ, at the end of the game here, the Tigers have lost, unfortunately, their 2nd game of the season. Now they are 1-1 on the season. Jackson Milton is 2-0. Unfortunately, we weren't able to pull that one out. We had the lead most of the game. Actually, we hadn't not had a lead for the first 8 quarters of the season. That was the first time we lost the lead, and unfortunately, we were not able to get. We were able to get the lead back, lost it, and weren't able to get it back again.
Yeah, that was a tough one, especially at the fact that, you know, Jackson Milton has not won this series at all since they've come back. Now this is their very first win. This was a very tough game for them, very tough rivalry game to have, and unfortunately, Newton Falls is a little bit short. I do hope to see Ivan Howard, you know, get a recovery update from him. Hopefully, you know, he heals up and, you know, he's able to, you know, join the team soon. Yeah, that's a huge impact, a huge blow to the team. And as we're watching right now, they're doing the alma mater. It's a lot different tone, a lot different attitude than it was last week. Very excited. As you can see now, the students are a little bummed out, rightfully so. It's good to see they're all still there, the camaraderie. You can really see the emotion on their faces. This was a very hard-fought game against a team very close to home. We're really proud of our Tigers. Thanks to the Blue Jays and Jackson Milton as well. But we're really proud of our Tigers, and we'd like to see them back here next week. We're away next week, but our next home game is actually going to be 2 weeks from tonight. I believe it's September 20th. But from the booth, my name is Brian Kropp. I've been your play-by-play, and this is my partner, DJ Robinson, here on the commentary. We really appreciate you guys. We're going to throw it down to Eric Thompson down here on the field real quick. Eric, what do you got for us?
Cancel? All right.
Hey. Thank you very much. I'm standing with Roy Sembach, Coach Roy Sembach, the announcer for the Newton Falls Tiger football program, the PA announcer on the field. For how long? 30 years?
About 30, yeah. I believe I started, it would be Coach Bajelic's first year, which would have been the fall of 1991.
You've seen a lot of football. Have you ever seen 3 or 4 plays run with no time on the clock and all those penalty flags?
I think that was a first.
I think that would be a first for the most seasoned guys.
Yes.
Listen, how's the basketball program going to look this year?
Well, it's early yet, but
of course.
We had a very good summer, and basing on that, we're excited, and we got a lot of promising players, and if we play like we did this summer, we have a chance for a very nice year.
Awesome. What you do with the younger kids in the park and the the basketball program, it gets those kids involved at such an early age. And from personally, my own grandson was a second-year player up there, and for us to walk through town and see some of the varsity players, and they know him by name, and the morals and ethics and respect and mentorship that you instill in these young men as they learn how to coach the next generation of players is very admirable. All I can tell you is the honors that you receive are very deeply and well deserved. I understand you're going into the Trumbull County Sports Hall of Fame. Is that correct?
I was notified of that. Yes, I am. I believe this October.
That's
yes.
awesome, and I couldn't be happier for you. You're a great guy. I've known you. You were one of the first guys I met when I moved to Newton Falls, and you've always been a terrific role model for my kids and now for their kids. So thanks for that. I don't know what to say about this game. The mood was just crushed.
Yes. I mean, well, first of all, the Tigers losing the quarterback, Ivan, early with the injury, that definitely was tough to overcome. And then the game kind of turned into a little bit of a circus with all the penalties. And so it was just a very, very strange
Got out of hand
game.
quick,
Yes.
yeah. Well, listen, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time down here on the field.
Thank you.
Guys, back up to you in the booth. Thanks.
Thanks, Eric. We really appreciate that. And Roy, thank you for everything that you do. We really appreciate it, and all the commentating and announcing and everything, for all the time you spent. We really appreciate it. I know the students in the community really appreciate it too.
And congratulations on the Trumbull County Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's amazing. So to wrap up here, the final for tonight is the Newton Falls Tigers 21, Jackson Milton BlueJays 26. Unfortunately, the Tigers dropped a hard one here tonight to go 1-1 on the season. Jackson Milton going to go 2-0. It was a tough game, DJ. Tough game.
Very, very tough game. With the expectations and, like you said, early energy, it looked like Newton Falls was going to be on top for most of the game. That Ivan Howard injury really just shifted the momentum.
Well, from up here in the booth, down there on the field, we really appreciate it. Everyone have a great night, and go Tigers.
Go Tigers.